Ooh. What is up, everyone? This is ow, my heel. Boop bida boop. Coffee with Soul. I'm your host. We're gonna chat. We're gonna talk. It is what day is it? It is Thursday. This is gonna be usually the last day of streaming for the week. Hope everyone's doing well. What do I do on Thursdays? I usually write the weekly. I'm wondering to myself if I'm going to write a weekly, and then what about? I'm like, some of the chatter that I've been hearing this week have been talking about, we're still kind of like in this whole post 1205 launch period, and people are asking, oh, look at that blood elf. Yeah, that's right. On your knees, buddy. Worship me. Ugh. What was I saying? Distracted by all the praise. 1205 stuff. People are kind of kicking up dust or chattering about like, oh, are they doing too much? It's that same conversation. Quantity versus quality, that sort of thing. Even folks, and everyone's kind of coming out the woodwork. People complaining about, oh, there's too many currencies, and it's just all the greatest hits are coming out, and so I'm kind of weighing like if there's like some worthwhile stuff to talk about that I haven't already talked about. It just seems to be not exactly getting louder. It kind of feels like, actually, the way that the conversations are coming off, it feels like what I was talking about last week too. People are just kind of like dragging the conversation back into the spotlight, and I almost feel like some people, creators or something like that, they're just trying to push this topic along and make it seem as if it's snowballing, and it's not, kind of, because people are just kind of like settling in and like doing their thing, and like in the whole conversation of, oh, there's too many activities, and then people will list everything. Like my easy counterpoint to that is, well, we're not doing everything. Now it depends, really. A brand new person who comes in, like, hey, it's a 1205. Like, let's see, what is there to do at max level? Holy shit. There's a lot to, where do I start? And so we fall into that familiar trap, and we've seen that throughout like all of WoW's history anyway. The difference being, in this case, it almost feels like there are things that are stepping on each other. Like, I think I would see some articles or like some forum posts that talk about, oh, well, now that these ritual sites are out, now delves are useless, and yada yada yada. I don't agree with that, at least not entirely. Like, from a gearing standpoint, I see where people are coming from. From a more broad standpoint, and that's kind of where people are coming from, like, oh, it's literally useless or whatever. Don't quite, I'm not quite behind that. But anyway, let's say hi to people. How about that? What is up to Puddle Jumper? You're the first person to say hi. What's up to Neeb and Ravens? What's up to Tanya and Arcadius and Redman and Pander? What's up to Justy and Neeb and Talani and Hazel and Damn Straight and Malvenu and Salvatore and Rain and Durabella and Silethia? I'm sorry, Silethia. That's what I get trying to do it all in one breath. And what's up to Lillian? And to Boomer? And to the rest of y'all, the beautiful digital smiling faces going to join us throughout the day. Again, I hope everyone is doing well. Let's chill, let's vibe. We'll be looking at houses in about like 20-some minutes. Who knows, there might be like some extra newsy things happening. And we'll try to have fun. Delves are great for gold and myth cresties. Every time I do a delve, my friend asks me why I bother, and my reply is because I like them and I want to. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. It's like, people will say, why are you doing this when you can do this instead? And also, there's too many activities. And then, kind of our answer can easily be, well, I just like doing this instead. I don't need to do that. I don't feel like doing ritual sites because I like having Ilaria carry me. It could be that easy. It could be that simple. When the 1207 drops, because now we have that in the horizon, there's going to be like some extra zone content, and as well as I think ritual sites will have a 6th tier It's gonna step up. And I do have thoughts on that. So I guess I will talk about this, but I'm gonna have a certain lens on, a certain angle, because I'm looking at these things as two things: one, player power, and two, cosmetics. And that's gonna be like where I'll be, focusing on. Because it's not as simple as, oh, now that ritual sites are like this, now there's no point to doing prey. Yeah, there is. Am I even done? Or have I even maxed out my renown thing? Almost. I'm getting there. Oh, I'm so close. And there's that, and I still have stuff to buy. There's a lot of achievements that are still linked to it. And remember, this is season content, so it's like, I could wait to do it, and hopefully the cosmetics will be available for me like after the season's over. But I feel like it's a good idea to do it now until I don't feel like doing it. So to me, activities have been a mix of player power, but also cosmetics that you get. So even if a new feature comes in, and in 1207 new features, new things are going to come in, I might not get any item level out of it at all. And that's okay, as long as there's other things that I might be interested in. Like, oh, if there are rares that drop mounts or something, okay, I might like that. Me, I don't care. But if there's decor I can get from that stuff, I'm there, right? That's all it takes to get me to participate in something like that. Just have some decor in there, I'm locked in, nice and easy. So I'd just like to dagger spine point ritual site, though I do like the ZA site for the life of me. I can't tell you why I feel that way. You don't got to defend yourself. I did the ritual site the other day, and I was like, ooh, this sucks. But it's only because I've done the one on the beach so many times that I've mastered it and I know how to pull everything, whatever. So when I went into the Zulaman one, I was like, oh, I'm lost. Uh-oh. this is new. And so I hated it. But that's the only reason why. It's just because I'm not familiar with it. So, whatever. Exactly. I got a max renown and buy stuff. Yeah, that's kind of it. So you'll see, or I've seen people talk about, oh my god, there's all these things to do, and then I look at who that person is. I'm like, oh, this person's like a frequent poster. They've been doing this thing forever. They talk about all these different things. They're present, so they've probably graduated from most everything, and so now they can take a look at this content from a different angle, like I'm saying, and be like, okay, do I care about the cosmetics right now? Nope. I'll do it when I feel like it. And that's it. I can see where people are coming from with that. If they were to just say, I don't like that either. I just want to have something relevant and present and just fewer things to do. But you got to make it good, right? But I wondered to myself, okay, they want to make it good, but relative to what? Like, because I think back to the past when we had like a content thing, a feature or whatnot, that they wanted it to be, it's like the only thing that's happening for like the whole season or like half the season or whatever, and so they'll stretch that bitch out as hard as they can. So I think about things like what's an early example? I'm thinking before Dragonfly. Korthia, there we go. that's nice and easy. So something like Korthia, it's like, okay, all right, buddies, we got to stretch out Korthia, we got to stretch out the assaults, Covenant assaults, and whatever new Torghast thing that we have, because hey, that was there at the beginning. We're gonna drag that dude out and make this feel as long as possible, because we need, quote, we need content that's gonna last for the patch. That was the old mentality. That was the old thing. These days, not nearly as much. It's more like, oh, okay, like oh, you know what's funny too? We'll see people be like, hey, Blaze, why are you holding back on the delve progression? With the delve tier, the delve renown progression and whatnot. It was like we were able to get so far, and then it kind of like stopped us for like a week or two. People got pissed over that. yeah, I just want to get this thing over with and done and blah, 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 blah. You know, so people want to, you know, there are people who want to just slam it and like be done with all that stuff right away. And then they'll have nothing to do. And then they'll be like, oh, where's the content, Blizz? You know, that sort of thing. So yeah, it's a, it's like this regular discussion point that I see a lot. Just watch the housing video. Thanks for posting and pushing back on the naysayers. Thank you. Oh, thanks for the kindness. Bump it, you know, spread it across the planet. That always helps. I'm trying to be a little bit more like assertive on social media, especially with around Azeroth. So like now that I feel like I'm in a slightly more comfortable place than I was like earlier or a few months ago, or whatever. You know, I'm trying to do a thing where like, okay, after every stream, I'm going to take like a couple of the screenshots that I've taken. So I definitely want to make it a point for every visit I do. I gotta get at least like one really good screenshot from each visit. That way, at the end of the stream, I'll quickly whip together a graphic that just kind of gives like a little splash of the places that I visit. Nice and easy. You know, nothing too big. Like, and then post it on Twitter and Blue Sky, and be like, all right, hey, here's where I've been. Check it out. You know, just a quick thing. And then the other thing too, like on Sundays or Mondays, I'll have like a little graphic with the handles or the names of the people whose places I'm visiting, you know, just to do a little bit of hyping up and all that, get folks excited about what to look forward to for the week. So should be fun. I did 3 tier 11 dells every week just for the marks needed to upgrade craftable gear. Actually, you should do 4. Oh, in Kazalgar, okay. Yeah. Back during War Within, it was 3, now it's 4, which is kind of annoying. But also, 21 was annoying as well. It's like, yeah, you're giving me exactly 21 crests. That's a choice. That's different. Yeah, and I'm not sure exactly what's happening in the 1207. I haven't done any testing of like the new tier 6 or whatever ritual site. I don't imagine it to be that hard anyway, because I'm slamming tier 5s with like everything on it. But we're supposed to get myth crests from that too, which is like, oh, okay, that's neat. More myth crests. I can't complain. I don't think we have confirmation yet that the crest trade-up thing, I'm sorry, that the crest cap is going to be lifted yet, have we? I don't think we have. I mean, it's only a couple weeks away, 3 weeks away, something like that, and then like, yay, crazy. All right, so we got 13 minutes. I did some of my stuff. What are they saying? I'm ready whenever you're ready. However, this is my RP portal house. I have to give you the tour. Oh, you need to walk me through. Okay, so let me get my list out. But yeah, we got like 10 minutes. So get things sorted out. It's portal room. I have to be there to make it work. Also, I'm in the center. Okay, cool. All right, so we're gonna see 4 folks today. Starting with Mama Snookie, and then Bloodcane, then Zabric, and we round it out with Hestia. Hestia, that sounds familiar. That's a Greek goddess name person? No. Okay, yes and no. That's from an anime. I think. Which one? Oh boy. Yeah, I don't remember the name of it, but I kind of remember. It's tier 6 with the 6 gives a myth. Now the thing is, like, how much is it repeatable forever? Because if it's repeatable forever, then I'd have a problem with that actually. Because one thing that's, you know, I'm a Delve fan. Delves are awesome. So to add in, you know, a kind of like patch feature like this, that's gear-wise just kind of negates the whole progression scheme of Delves and how that's kind of a slow process, but then this is just like way faster. I'd have a problem with that. So yeah, it doesn't say. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to look. I got 11 minutes. I look my damn self. How about that, buddy? Sheesh. By the way, thanks to Vitamin B6 for the Prime sub. Much appreciated. I imagine it would have a cap. Yeah, I would think so too, because for delves, they've maintained the cap. They never took that away even after the crest cap would be lifted. Which is like, buddy, come on, man. It's kind of messed up. But let's take a look. Let's see if we can look at this real quick. Miss Lowell, hey, what's up? Haven't acted on housing lately because I was focused on getting to 400, but I'm still dreaming of finishing my Final Fantasy 17 housing, including a reactor facade on the out. Nice. Nice. And that's the long and short of it. You know, we're seeing how housing settles in with, you know, in the middle of the like season content. So for some people who are like, oh my god, there's nothing to do, it's like there's like some shit right over there, guys. There's content if you want to do it, right? But I'm very eager to see the future. You know, what kind of things is Blizzard going to cook up that'll give us something to do with housing. And I think I had a good angle with like the whole, okay, you know, we have like jumping puzzles and things like that, but what other sorts of user-generated content can we possibly make? I don't know. But it will be quite interesting to find. Actually, did they update the vendors at all? Let me at least fix this. No. One of these will work. No. Ugh, good enough. Okay. Yeah, when I test, I'm really jank. Like the way my UI was looking just right there, like I'll usually just leave it like that when I'm testing myself, because I'm like, I don't care what people are seeing. I'm working on stuff. You know, some people, they're testing their add-ons or making sure their add-ons work correctly just so they can do their testing. I'm like, okay, that's a choice, buddies. Oh, that's the same thing. Okay, that doesn't look like it's changed. This is still, yeah, those costs are still the same. All right, so let me take a look at the ritual site. Hestia's Greek goddess of hearth, home and hospitality, and also that Danmachi or something like that. I think that's the, yeah. I don't think I've seen any new seasons for it. I think it's just like the novel that we gotta deal with now, which is a bummer, but oh well. One housing demand I have, plate full of cookies decor. We have coffee. I gotta get the cookies. Cookies, scones. Oh man, I could do with a good scone. Actually, no, my weight will not do with a good scone. My weight says, nope, just eat ice cubes. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so let's take a look. What is this ritual site stuff telling me now? So tier 6, oh, requires a thing. I can't do the mouse over. Oh, please tell me I can like do a account copy or something like that. I don't want to do this myself, dude. We'll see if it works. Otherwise, big sad. Oh, please don't screw up. I usually have a pretty bad experience whenever I do the copy account data stuff. It's a real crapshoot. Sometimes it's devastating. Eating away are two different things, at least for me. Like there's a dessert stomach that doesn't. Legend has it that my ice cream stomach knows no limit. I totally forgot to do it, but little thing to share. Once upon a time, this is many years ago now, when I hit 50,000 subs, I was going to do a little celebratory video. So I was throwing together like a little montage of like clips and things like that from the first whatever, how many years. And then in the corner was me just eating ice cream the whole time. I went through a whole pint in one sitting. I forgot how long the video was. But I ended up not doing it. But I did manage to eat a whole thing of ice cream, and that was delicious. And so I have no complaints. All right, cool. So I got all 6. So, ritual spoils. Oh, so it doesn't even say on the tooltip. Ah, sadness. Well, that's not helpful. But, okay, well. Okay, what if I hover over this? Maybe it's gonna update the tooltip to tell me cool stuff. Alright, so. No. 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 Oh, that means I gotta do it to test it. No. Well, bugaboo. All right. I am interested in finding out, though. Oh, ritual site studies week 103. Disrupt 2 tier 6 ritual sites while the reinforcements just do it. Okay, that's fine. That's no big deal. Oh well. Maybe I'll try to test that out at some point. I wish I'd add more mini games or group contents in neighborhoods where we all work to decorate themes. Need to be able to contact and group with neighbors. I feel like that's I'm mixed on that. That's tough. Because that's content that's established neighbor. So I guess the question is, how do we get people who aren't like coming together to like do stuff together? How do we get them to come together? How do we quote force them to get together? Do we put in a reward that super requires people to group up? Because that's, unfortunately, that's very heavy friction. And gamers haven't responded to that very well at all. Oh my god, I must do group content to like do this thing. This is like the worst. You know, they've been more forgiving about the whole, oh, I got to join a housing group or go to someone's house, you know, so I got to join a group for that. Hey, look, another paladin. Hi. To get like that weekly reward, but you're not actually doing anything. You just kind of go there. You're invited. You invite yourself over to someone else's place who happens to be hosting. It's like, okay, that's cool. But I don't know. I think that's a tough one. I do think that's a tough one. The only way 8-6 toxic behavior in groups. That's it. That's it. All we got to do is cancel toxicity. That's a banger. So let's just do that. All right, cool, done. Toxicity banned, game saved. Well done. I haven't thought of that one, honestly. I was just like, oh, I thought it was gonna be tough. So how's it feel? Huh? No more toxicity. That's you know, I feel a little itchy, but you know, it's all good. It's all good. I can deal with that. All right, so let me head over to our first place. Oh, it would be lovely, right? Just all gone. Nah, that sucks. Let's see, a square grass rug would be good. Dirt paths, dirt. I would love to have a dirt thing. I wonder how they would do it though. That feels like an awkward thing that they would try to put together. It's like, it would be like this untextured, or no, I'm sorry, it would be like this really flat thing, which would feel weird because if you look here, like for example with the outside, it's obviously not a flat surface, so you can't just make it a flat texture because it's going to super clip through this whole thing. So how do you do that? You would need to, it wouldn't be like a dirt path, it would have to be like this really set up, like this, it'd be like a rug. It would need to have the texture of a rug that you actually stand on, so that way it can withstand awkward you know, awkward angles like that. So I think that would actually be a bit difficult to use, and that's why we have paving stones. You know, that's why we have them. People use that for a thing. Make it look like plowed dirt roads. I mean, yeah, that could be a thing too. But again, I'm just thinking like with the angling and all that stuff, there could be some challenges where you gotta like thicken it up and all that in order to make it work. So, no toxicity can finally treat. Yeah, easy stuff. All right, let me get ourselves set up. Dude, I've been standing way too much. Ooh, my heel is like a little unhappy today, which is not good because like no, well, I was doing some workout stuff, so maybe I kind of like messed something up. I don't know. I'll just have to be careful. It's all good. It's all good. We're fine. We're fine. Nothing that excessive medication can't take care of. But I'm just kidding. All right. All right, so I think I have my. Ew, it's a box. That's cute. All right. Where's the boss? Where is the? I think I saw them. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. Oh well. I think. Oh, let me change this edit mode thing really quick too. Can I move this? Okay, I can just move that. All right. Oh, I just want to obscure most of the UI if I can, in case they want like speech bubbles on or something like that. Actually, can I move this too? Do I really need all that stuff? Nah, not really. Let's just get all that out of the way. Cool. Good enough. All right. I can just minimize into. Okay. Yeah, there's that. I can just obscure behind the chat as well. That works out. Can I see you talk? Yeah, I can see you talk. But I purposefully leave speech bubbles off though. So and away we go. All right, this is Mama Snookie's place. This is going to be kind of an RP tour. I'll be reading off some of the chat going on. But before we start, I just want to admire the workout here. We got okay, so this has the whole vibe of what would be like an Orgrimmar or an Orcish hut style kind of thing. But it's definitely not anymore. We got like big shapes, tons of engineering kinds of things that have like just totally like replaced everything. Really cool stuff that they had also at least changed the, you know, because that doesn't cost anything. They changed the color tone of some of that stuff inside, so that way, you know, it feels more convincing. You avoid any like weird clashing of colors. But no, this is nice. This is really cool, guys. Because I think yeah, it's not raised up, so like the door is like somewhere here ish or so. But love the detail on it. A lot of it's automatic. Things to like just like the really big parts that we're working with. But I can kind of see here, you know, you have some of these. I don't know if that's if that's a weapon rack or if it's just the lights that are being used there. But then we also have like, you know, these big shapes again with the privacy screens, which I'm sure is awkward because here I'm going to play with this for a second, make it weird. So if I go here and I try to go like above, like you can sort of see how I can't fly past that because of the privacy. So if you land there, there's like no getting out. Sort of. You have to like make your way out and jump over that because there's like this invisible barrier above the screen, which I find quite humorous. But also they set up this ramp by using more privacy screens. They just kind of like, you know, they're somewhere down there. But they have like this bridge set up. You know, and the fact that it's like just kind of like map, you know, into the ground, very convincing. So that's neat. All right, so the boss said I'll open the door for you, so I guess I'm just invited to go inside. I don't think there's any like RP stuff going on out here. So let's go on a little adventure, right? So the description is being described as a portal room. And, ooh, this is heavily scanned. All right, let's go to the portal, they say. We have a quest to res the love of my life. What? No, she's fine. She's at work, dude. Actually, she's even working from home. She should be totally safe. Wow, really skinned up. Oh boy, like we still have a roof, but that's it. And so, oh, I think they went to, I think they went through there. Wow. Yeah, really neat with like the piping and everything. And I think there's like a whole, yeah, like notice here, we have a whole bunch of the string lights. I'm sorry, the wires that come from the Mechagon endeavors. So it's neat. So you have like sparks and whatnot flying all over the place. That's sick. That's neat. All right, so let's go through the sudden rug here and boop. So going through this hallway. And then now this is just kind of like an L-shaped transition chamber. See, I love the whole mess of things. Like even if it's not perfect or perfectly aligned or anything, it's still just fine. It's fun how you can take these big pieces and just kind of do whatever you want with them. And then, you know, even if it's like messy looking, it still basically works. Oop. Ooh. So now we're in the proper portal room. All right, let me turn on the portal, they say. Awesome. Kind of interesting that the I guess that's being used as like sort of an effect. Okay, we have to make a blood sacrifice. What the hell? What? A blood sacrifice. Enter the portal and go to the top and click on the altar. All right. So I don't want to be a blood. You should be the blood sacrifice. What are you talking about? But all right, off I go. Okay. Ooh. So now, wait, I thought I saw a person behind there. That's kind of. So all of a sudden we're in this like temple area, and we happen to be outside. So it's like, how are we gonna teleport to another spot? Okay, so click the altar. We have to summon the bosses. Okay. Boop. Da-da-da-dun, da-da-da-dun, da-da-da-dun. Okay. So what happens now? Now we activated. Now we return home. All right, we're still here. Okay, I was like, if it was gonna be like this whole trip, I'd be like, whoa. Okay, now let's exit. So we're exiting now? So we actually leave the place? Let's see if the boss is summoned. Okay. I will leave. Cool. Let's see what happens. Trick of the mind, all right? All right, so go ahead and re-enter. Okay. So we activated some sort of boss summon. Here, I got to pull that lever. And in we go. Oh, no, stay inside? Wait, what? Okay, so stay in the portal room the whole... Okay. So go into the portal room. Sorry about that. All right, so I'm now in the portal room. All right, so now, no, we'll go back through here. Okay. So we go through here and then, oh, oh, that's good. That's good. Well done. Well done. The old room switcheroo. Oh, that's good. The boss is here. Here's the first boss. Oh, no. It's we're in Herondar-like place, and we fight a creature. The Murlocs will help me. Oh, look at that. We got Murgles to like help us out. We got the tribe. Nice. Go team. Yay. All right, so I'm armed. I got a weapon. So what did they make? They made like this whole like creature sort of thing. Oh, that's cool. You killed the first boss. Hell yeah, just look at that. It's because I'm level 90, that's why. I'm freaking boss. This is cool. This is neat. So like it's the old room switcheroo kind of thing where we'll go through and then they'll summon stuff and then we go on this cool adventure. That's neat. Really cool, dude. See what's awesome? I feel like we're doing like the Trial of the Crusader version of housing, where I just kind of sit here and then the house changes and then the room just kind of comes to me. All right, so we're on the final boss, they said. All right, let's go. I got buffs and everything. Here, hold on. I think I gotta like put on. Nope, I have no buffs in handy. Oh, damn. Okay. Ooh, that's dope. Oh, that's neat. So I've seen something like this before, where they like skinned the dragon heads. Oh, and we're seeing a variation of this here. So cool, dude. That's awesome. So get all the treasure, dude. We got epic loots all up in here. Let me put my stuff away so I can like grab the loots and all that stuff. We got weapons. We've got flags. Oh no, horde flag. Wait, hold on. Can I take the throne too? That's dope. That's dope, dude. Yeah, this place is. Wait, we're on top of a big cooking plate, I think. Or no, not a cooking plate, but I think this is like the underside of like a big grill looking thing, right? Yeah, fireplace. 4 fireplaces. That's smart. that that actually is very cool. That's very cool. All right, so we killed the final boss. Awesome. Now to see if we can summon the love of your life. Okay, that'll be really awkward if we exit the portal room and then we come back and then all of a sudden we're in Menlo Park. So I'll be like, whoa, what happened? All right. All right, so they're doing the magic stuff. They're activating the technologies. And re-enter. All right. All right, babe. This will be a quick commute. Boop. Ooh. Wow. Oh, wait, there's 2 people. Oh, there's shenanigans. Okay, so there was like assistance. Oh, okay, so another skybox style room. And up we go. Oh, look at that. Oh. You tried praying, it isn't working. So we're up here. Who is this person? Thunderfear. That's a familiar name. I think I visited their place before. Okay, come down here. Okay, so yeah, here. I'm gonna do a quick pull out just so we can like quickly observe. Okay, so ooh, there's secret stuff behind here too. That's crazy because we're in a skybox room, but then we drop down into freaking hell. Oh man. Oh. Well, okay, now I think we're in my wife's office. No, we're trying to bring her back from the dead. Oh no. Babe, no, you've turned into an earthen. Oh, see, that's what happens when you work too hard. Holy cow, we need to sacrifice murlocs for their souls. What have I gotten myself into? I'm being so gaslit. Like, dude, yeah, your wife is dead. We need to bring her back. So where are the murlocs at? Why is he laying down? Wait, is why is the thing? Why are they being cooked all of a sudden? It's like, are they manipulating the decor and like and cooking that murloc? What's this is wild, dude. This is wild. Okay, so murlocs got cooked. Got that. And now what's gonna happen next? Oh, there's like multiple sacrifice things going on here. Oh no. Poor Murgles. Okay, you're sad you can't bring her back, so you have to go to your throne. I have a throne? Nice. This is such an out-of-body experience. My wife's gone, but I have a throne. I'm can't say no to a throne. Okay, this way. Okay, so we go out the secret passageway out of hell. Okay, nice and convenient, and then back to the ball. But hold up, I gotta take a look at this setup real quick. This is a nice setup. I like what's going on here. We have simple shapes going on. So remember, we're kind of like quickly going through this RP experience, and so a lot of what we're seeing here are like these quick visits through these places, and so like the whole vibe is like, okay, spectacle. So not to say that there's like flaws or anything that we're seeing here, but like we're seeing like these really nice shapes being put together. Like you like check out like the special pillars that are being put together. A bunch of the elven tables are being used and shaped together. Like you can see like the clip, but who cares? We don't have time for that. we're too busy like getting busy with like again all this like spectacle that we're seeing. Okay, so we're gonna go through the portal, right? We're heading back in because we're going to my throne, which is like right here, by the way. My chair is right over there. So we're going to teleport here. We're going to teleport back into my literal room so I can sit on my chair. Actually, no, I have a nice couch downstairs. So to me, that's kind of a throne too. All right. All right. All right. Portal jumpers. Where are we going next? My throne is here to mourn my love. Oh, no. What'll I tell her this story? Oh, no. Oh, boy. Oh, dude. I feel like Superman. This is like my Fortress of Solitude kind of thing. Or, Frozen Throne sort of vibe. Just to let you know, I am not this sad. I am not this depressed. But let's go up here and admire the coolness, all right? Oh, that's dope. That's dope. I mean, this is highly uncomfortable. But that's neat. Love the animation. My own frozen throne. And here's where I wait as, wife does overtime. And I'll just like freeze myself as I wait for her to get off work. Nice and easy. All right. So now I am the Lich King. So what do I do? I'll just ask Bulbar for advice. So what did you do for the past couple of years? You were just kind of like popsicled up, and what were you doing? Just brooding, I guess? All right. Love a shout out? Oh, of course you're going to get a shout out. Dude, this is Mama Snookie's place. And I want to give a big thanks for letting us check out your place. This is an experience for sure. Especially because this has to be like this whole like very interactive, gotta be there sort of thing. So, unlike other places, unlike other RP places where you can possibly like take other people along for the ride, something like this is, like I said, it's more like a one-on-one experience. You can try to take a small group, or you can just make up a story, and all that. But something like this works. This is cool, dude. This is hella cool. I love the whole it's a really awesome concept of just taking one room, because that's the fastest way to do it, by taking one room and then swapping it out with like these other spaces. So like there's some small challenge with making sure that when you're moving these rooms, that you don't end up losing the core. Because if you have an instance where you have things that we're in the temple now, when you have things that that kind of clip through, and then you move rooms, you lose stuff. So sometimes there's a bit of experimenting that would need to happen there to make sure those things aren't lost. And so from there, Mama Snookie just experimented with that, mastered it, so that way they can whip some quick transitions. But yeah, you just want to make sure that for the most part you're doing this with a very tight group, or like I said, just doing it as a one-on-one experience to make sure that things are coming together. So now the drawback though is if I'm nerding out as I am now, I can't do the breakdowns, or I can't just go from room to room, unless there's like a debug version where all the doors are like open or something like that. But for now, at least, I don't want you to like, mess around with that. Can you switch over to that room with the 3 dragons? That I want to take another look at that because I like the use of some of the decor there. There was like some cool effects that I think are like some cool takeaways for folks if they wanted to try those out. And I need some screenshots, so I didn't really get too many of those yet. But I will start now just to make sure we got some cool stuff. All right, what's up, Grim? All right, so we're going into the dragon room. Oh yeah, oh good vibes on this one, dude. Cool vibes on this one, especially because we have dragon setups as well as this vibe down here. So I dig this. I really like this idea of taking this whole fireplace setup. So let me show you guys again. So here's the fireplace that's being used here, and then under it you have this effect. So what's neat is that you can take this and you can have this sort of like blasted out effect. It might be a bit of a challenge to use because it's very flat, and so you can't really afford to like you can't have too much clip, but at least it's a solid object. So if you needed to, I guess, raise it up, then you can like angle that out. But it's kind of cool. It's also cool that it's animated. So you can do all sorts of like little things to make that sort of like blasted out effect, or just something that blasts in like one direction. So it's not like you have to use all four of these. You could just use one, but now you have this texture, this animated texture to use. I think that's neat. I think that's very, very clever. So well done on that. And then of course the added effects of debris, you have the rock coming down, things like that. So that's awesome. That is awesome. Cool experience. Cool experience. Again, I know that it's a bit of a challenge if you wanted to do something for like a group or whatnot. But for a one-on-one thing, it's dope. Really easy RP stuff. So thanks. Thanks for letting us check out your place. Yay. You build it all live if you want to see it again, and I explain everything I do. Okay, I'm stuck. There we go. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh, you wanted a Twitch shout out? Okay, I can do that. I think that's what you meant, right? I like never do one. So I gotta like manually slash shout out, I think. So there you go. Is the queue full? Yes, the queue is full, unfortunately. It filled up in record time. So as a reminder, the queue opens up Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Pacific. And this is the fastest it's filled out. It filled out in about 12 hours, something like that. So just, set a time and you should be okay. All right. So that is visit number 1. Today is going to be a little bit short on the visits because we were missing a couple, but it's okay. Let's head off to the next spot. Mm-hmm. 40. Oh, wait, which one? 46, right? Yeah, 46. All right. Today's gonna feel like a full day. I think I will try to write a weekly again, and I'll talk about what the whole too much content thing again, I guess. But then I got raid. I intend to kill a Larry tonight. That's the goal. All right. I've seen this one early on in the expansion. It's been leveled up, upgraded in some areas, totally redone, including the exterior. Favorite room is yada yada. Okay. Are there slots open? No, there are not slots open. Come back every Tuesday at 10 a.m. To see if things fill up. And the queue filled up in record time, 12 hours. So set a watch to it and you should be fine. All right. Folks, welcome to Bloodcane's place. We're over at Razorwind, and this place is super overgrown. feels like not a lot of folks have been here in a while. It's really muggy out right now, so the lighting that you'll see is, equally depressing. It really doesn't lend any favors, not in a bad way, but it definitely lends into this whole kind of like sort of like rundown, neglected area around this house. It looks like a medium-sized house too. Things are overgrown, just kind of like laid around, but lots of greens though. So I feel like there's like a proper angle shot to nail. Oh, they even have like a kind of a lake thing here too. Yeah, having a shot like this is probably ideal. Then down here we got water setups, very nice. There are no Murgles in sight, at least not yet. Maybe they're inside and they've taken over the place and this crazy Murloc I'm just kidding. I don't think it's that. But what we do have instead is this rocky path. We have wyverns to sort of like guide us in, or at least make sure that we're not pulling off any shenanigans. And I think we're ready to head inside. Like the green setup, it kind of tells that story of what I think, what I'm going to say is neglect. I could be wrong, but I'm going to go with that. Is that 10 a.m. PDT or 10 a.m. Pacific? Yeah. I've been pretty consistent on making sure I activate it or that I open the queue on time. So just try to be on top of that if you can. And I'm live at the same time too. So I'll kind of like tell people, hey, look, it's the thing. But of course, not everyone's going to be watching at the same time. All right, as soon as we go in, now it definitely doesn't look like a neglected place anymore. Now it looks nice and lived in. There's like food over on the side. It's kind of funny because we're working with, and this is starting to look familiar. We're working with in the confines of this very large octagonal room. You can see the shape right up here. But also notice how bright it is. The tusk chandelier is one of the brightest that you'll see. And so even if the lighting was different or if it was adjusted, you probably wouldn't notice because these things just cut through any bit of darkness. You'd only really be able to notice if this thing was like set to midnight or whatnot. So as soon as we go in, we are invited to lay down our stuff, like all our hammers, because of course we have tons of hammers. Throw down our shoes. And again, we're invited inside to all these little different spaces here. So we'll start here, actually. Nice little, very, very tight couch setup. Like I can lay here, and if I recline just enough, I could probably put my feet up either on the other couch or bench, or if of course, I'll just put them on the table or nightstand or what have you. Now, what we have here, general theme is this very rugged look, very orange, which is kind of an unusual choice to have as like the default color of all the rugged furniture. But as a default, I always enjoy how well it blends in with like these darker colors, like the kinds of floors and walls and ceilings that we have set up. So it doesn't feel like it's like a really big contrast. Now here in this kitchen-y area, we got a big pantry setup. I mean, these are huge watermelons, man. They're like as big as my torso and then some. But we do have food spread out, so it was already prepped. It's good to go. Some pantry work over here on the side. Yeah, so again, nice and filled out. It's not like messy, but it has this sort of like active look. Over here is what I would say would be like, here's that whole like gathering nook. We usually see that. Let's have a multi-couch setup right over here in front of the fireplace. We'll just throw down a big old rug. Because again, we're working with this whole rugged, this whole tribal look. And that works out. Over here on the side, and again, we're making use, we're giving a lot of functionality sorry, for like this initial space. So here, planning table plus treasures, things that we've collected over time. Yeah, so a lot of active things that we're doing in this first room. And so we're invited to go that way, as well as these two spots here. Now remember, the fact that I just want to remember the layout here. We're in this octagon room, so yeah, we're going to see the other side of that room. We'll see how that goes. But first, we're going to go here into a different sort of room. You know, we're entering this stairwell room. But what do we have under it? Big serving spot. So I say this is more like, you know, the coffee and tea bar. And pretty much anything coffee and tea related, right up here. But we also got wine. So we got liquor infused coffee stuffs. Right back here, we have like this whole vibe of, you know, an active lifestyle, or you know, this active gathering happening. There we go. Things are out. We're enjoying ourselves. Plenty of drinks, plenty of supplies. You know, so it has a sort of like a, I don't know if it's a warband vibe, but it's definitely a place that's welcoming for guests for sure. Cool little flower, like a stone flower box that we have here in these corners, nice and filled out. And also, you know, they wanted to like fill things up with like nice, easy things to, you know, kind of like just cut through what otherwise would be kind of an emptier stairwell room. Now let's go through this shroud and see double shroud. Now we get to kind of a barracks. Yeah, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, well, six or so beds. Yeah, we got like a 6-bed barracks. You know, we're working with like the original colors, and again, that works fine. I don't know what tribe that they represent. If we were to say that this is like an orcish clan or something like that, I forget which one's orange. I'm trying to remember back in the RTS days, like which one did that refer to, but that's not going to come to me. That's like 50 years ago now. But yeah, this nice setup for, you know, assuming that everyone happens to be here, you know, it's accommodating for everyone who happens to be part of this team. And it's a good example of, we're not doing crazy kit bashing. We're not providing any like crazy effects. We're just kind of like laying stuff down. From the glance of things, just about everything here can be just fetched from the neighborhood. So it's nice, easy, and sort of affordable. You know, stuff can get pretty expensive. It adds up. But what is being laid out here, again, we have this very effective presentation. You know, it doesn't require anything like too nuts. Right through here, double shroud again. Now we're in like this kind of, oh dude, this suddenly like brought Hellfire Citadel, not Hellfire Citadel. Actually it is Hellfire Citadel. You know that one boss with like the stables and all that stuff, and like there are stables on either side, and then behind it is like the whole train thing. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here. Actually, it's not behind that guy, but you know what I mean. Yeah, that suddenly came to mind. So the shaping on this, cool. But it's not stables. It's just it's just target dummies and like practice areas. Very effective though. But I'm very amused on how that sort of like triggered some memories. Blackrock Foundry. There we go. Thank you, Goose. Yeah, see, my memory sucks. Now back here, profession stuffs are happening here. Now again, nothing too crazy. You know, stuff is laid down. We have a number of things that have been like that have been carefully placed, but nothing that is trying to be like so elaborate that it's going to feel confusing. But it feels natural too. You know, big table setup, actually a double table setup. So here's like one of the closest things that I'm seeing to something that they sort of kit bash together. You know, one table down there, just one on top of it to make this sort of like double layered shelf. Lay a bunch of stuff on top of it, good to go. Yeah, because this right here is just a Gilnean wall shelf right there, which lends a lot to the whole, you know, rugged look. Yeah, it's not like a suddenly elven shelf or anything like that. Yeah, lots of weapon racks. Yeah, some other hammers and whatnot that are laid down. And the forge, cool. All right. So we're going to retreat back a little bit. Back through the not stables. Definitely not stables. Yeah, and again, like super bright. You know, they embiggened that tusk chandelier, but they also were like, okay, we're gonna like keep brightening this thing up. Tons of torches. I'd love to see this place under darker lighting. Although honestly, like if it was darker, I uh it might be for all I know. All right, so I think we're gonna be going down the stairs now. Yeah, so we're going down the stairs. We're retreating back pretty far. Yeah, so we ended up going like pretty deep through this door. So now we're going to go through this other side and explore basically the back half of this room. And I think I remember seeing a bedroom back here. Let's see if I remember right. I think I'm right. Yeah. So in this case, lots of rugs guide us through. And in this and here, you know, so again, remember, we're working in the confines of this large octagonal room, but it's been carved up into like separate rooms. But even inside this separation, you know, we have like these shelves here that are being used to carve out this really tiny space. Oop. Private dining, right? You know, they have like one or two guests over. They got discussions. They got things to talk about. All right, cool. Let's have a seat. Let's talk this over and all that. So this feels like a sort of like office-y kinds of space. You know, it's a private space. But what are they doing? Celebrating all their collections. They got their hobbies. They got drinks. They got fuzzy friends. Yeah, so unlike the front, back here, much more personal. You know, this kind of speaks to either the character or the builder themselves as to, you know, what's their personality? What are the things that are they interested in collecting? And we have these nice basic setups of using these shelves, again, to sort of like create pathing and separations. So back here is probably the bathroom. Maybe, maybe, maybe. No. Oh, we are suddenly outside. Oh, look at that. All right. So all of a sudden back here, we have like this warm, this festive, warm and cool at the same time. I don't know. My words are failing me today. But we have like this really pretty setup out here. A couple of cherry blossoms to help set the mood. And we'll be walking around here for a bit, but I want to see like right back here, we have like this very cool cave fountain setup. There's like a huge fountain down there. Plus a smaller fountain here to act as a, you know, very subtle centerpiece there. You can only barely notice it unless you like take a pretty close look at it. Yeah, it has like it has a sort of monument kind of feel to it. You know, we're guided in under the arch. Back here, Greater Moonwell. Yeah, things feel very closed off right here. It almost feels like we're portaled in with the way that this is set up. Now we do have like this market bench right here, giving us the overhang and all that. But otherwise, where you see the illusion being cut back, you see it everywhere else, just not so much with the entrance. But very pretty, really pretty setup. In a case like this, like the cherry blossom trees, they really help set the mood. But they also, while they're big and they're obvious looking, from a closer, you know, from a ground level point of view, I like how all of this ends up landing together, because you have a lot of things going on at the same time. You have like the greens in the back. You have these greens that are coming out as like overgrowth in the grass. So it's not like the cherry blossom trees are trying to steal the show. It's just doing a great job of being part of it. And so I think this comes off really well. Pretty. Very pretty. All right, so we're going to retreat back to well, what was definitely not the bathroom. I was wrong. But what happens when we go through here? Because we haven't hit the bedroom yet. Not quite yet. But now we are hitting the bathroom. There we go. We found it eventually. So in this case, they kind of switched out for a sturdy, a folk style sink. And then we go back, and as well as the tub too. They got preferences. It's all good. Now, is there a thing behind here? Because we're seeing a lot of these shrouds, and now that we reach the edge of this room, I want to see if there's like anything else. It doesn't appear so. All right, but we didn't find a bed, did I? Did we? Yeah, interesting. That we have this office. We have a bathroom that we walk through, and then back here was the whole skybox room. Unless this is their bed, and that's where they end up sleeping. That could be a thing. That's a preference. But I think we can retreat back one more time. And I think there was like one more opening to go through. So we're back in the main room. Nice active spots. And back here is a pantry, looks like. Big old storage area. Oh, so this is where the real cooking's happening. So it's mostly like finished stuff, things that were warming up and then ready to serve out there up front. Here, though, yeah, this is where all the industrial level cooking is happening. Everything's being prepped and then ready to go. Big oven, big, again, with the big market bins for holding all that pantry level stuff. And then up here, all the storages, all the things. And suspiciously, a low roof. We have a low roof over here. So is it obscuring anything? I am not sure. Let's see if we'll do a quick round around here. And we'll actually go up the stairs again. I want to see if there happens to be maybe it just kind of links together. So, because otherwise we might have seen everything. I just find it. I admit I'm a little bit thrown off because I'm like, wait, did I miss the bed? Did I miss the actual bedroom somewhere? Yeah, because it's not this way. That's not a secret. That is probably not a, nope, that's not a secret. Interesting. So maybe the skybox room is in fact the bedroom. But yeah, let's go upstairs real quick. Again, just to make sure. I don't want to have missed anything if I can get away with it. So here's the barracks. Cool. And then here was like the target kind of thing. Training room. There we go. And then blacksmith stuff. Yeah. And yet we didn't. Yeah. And yet I'm not seeing where the. Oh, I think this happens to be. Okay. So below us is that whole pantry area. I'm pretty sure. Okay. Okay. So I think that is it. So one of these beds is theirs. It's a shared space. That's what I'm going to tell myself. But yeah, I definitely remember this from before. This was a pretty early visit, if I recall. And I admired the place too. Like we're seeing a lot of the same bones, but yeah, it's definitely been dolled up with like a bunch of new decor, different layouts. I know I had the new skybox room. I'm very surprised that I remembered a whole lot of this build. So big thanks for letting us come back here and see how things have progressed. Yeah. Actually, let me look. I'm curious. When did I visit this place? They signed their first sign up was December 10th. So sometime in December. This is when people were waiting like weeks for me to visit. Yeah, this is back in December. Yeah, so it's been like 4 months. Cool. That's the fun part of holding on to these records and seeing when people have last visited, because you can see, and sometimes it's hard to remember everything, obviously, but whenever I can, like I think I do notice like how things have like progressed, and people will develop like new techniques, or they'll find something new. But a lot of the time, people will do like a full teardown and make something new as well. Cool. All right. We're heading over to Zabric's place now. 41. What's this place called? Mutinous Conclusion. Interesting name. I haven't touched a DKC in over 10 years. DKC. What's DKC? Donkey Kong Country, probably. That's the guess. All right, so got 15 minutes until 10. I think I will go ahead with the visit. I kind of doubt that there's going to be like a sudden thing on a Thursday. We've seen a lot of stuff. We've already had the PTR build, so I'm not expecting like any super surprises. I don't think. But I've been wrong before. All right. All right, this is Zabric's place. We're over at Founders. And let me come back here from like the main road. So this has a creepy vibe. We're already in the creepy part of Founders, but we're also at the kind of tail end of it. But it also has this whole like, because the lot happens to be, that far back, has this kind of creepy vibe as we're going to it. Even if it doesn't have like the immediate creepiness to it, it's just the fact that it's like that far back. But then as we get closer, then we get a bit more specific. We got coffins. We got open coffins with dead targets in here. And dude, that's gruesome. Why would they be left open? To send a message. And the message is, welcome guys, check it out. This place is totally safe because anything that can threaten you, they're all dead. So, are you here to threaten this house? No? Okay, great. Come on in, have a seat, have a snack, enjoy some light reading about the history of Death Knights and their coming future and how they will take over and sweep Azeroth like a plague, but a good plague, right? All right, so as we go up, I want to see what's going up. Oh, wait, hold on. We got one sudden Murgle. I totally missed this. I don't know how I passed by though. Just some Murgles are training too. Dude, it's like a recruitment center. Nice. So we got upcoming Murloc Death Knights. That's what I'm gonna tell myself. All right. Up here, little observation post to observe the training. How are things coming along? But also, it's very dangerous, because what if the red Murgle over here, like, just totally screws up? They hold on to the spear for too long, and all of a sudden, boop, it aims right over there. Oh man, that would be something. All right. So let's, I think we're ready to head on inside. No, actually, no, we're not going to head on inside yet. I want to take a quick look, do a quick lap around the place. Make sure if there's anything that might have been missed. Does not appear so. So it does look like this place is like all the way backed up. Way to the back of the lot. All the budgets and whatnot has gone right up here up front for this kind of shot here. All right. And let's head on inside. I forgot to get a screenshot of like the last place. Oh, see? Got to get into better. What the hell? We got to get into better habits. something efficiency and all that. All right. All right. As soon as we go in, we can already tell that the lighting has been changed. We're in this unnatural dark setting. We happen to be side door. Good choice. So we're let in from this door here. We're invited to lay down our stuff. Boom, boom, boom. Nice little storage place. Keep it tidy and dry. and then we're invited in. So this, wait, this Murgle, sorry, this Reptar. Oh, it's a Reptar on a leash. Oh, you don't need to leash the Reptar. You can unleash the beast. It's all good. So right up front is the treasure room, being guarded by the Power Rangers. All right, so I'm not gonna. Okay, I am gonna mess. I'm gonna walk right past them and see what's going on in there. But also, we're invited to go to our left or to our right. Oh, that's really neat. Neat effects with the lamps there. But oh, they're even armed. Okay, that one at least is armed. That one's got a hammer handy. The other rest are unarmed. Okay, so White Murgle is the leader. Okay. So I acknowledge your leadership, but I also want to see what's back here. Treasure. All the treasure chests are back here. Of every type. But then, and behind this privacy screen is a secret something or other. Ah, no, it's just sirens. Okay. So we have like the additional glows coming from back here. That's cool. Yeah, neat effect that's going on back there. That's what made me curious. All right, so all right, carry on, Murgles. You guys have a good one. So I think we will go. Well, we're going to go this ways because that's like actually. I think I'll go this way first. This feels like it might be. Um, I think this might be like the main room. So we go to this hallway, and we enter a bar area. Nice, pretty big bar area too. And you even serve yourself. So like things are laid out. We can make our own darn coffee. Or maybe it's more like no, yeah, this is coming off as kind of a retail-ish sort of bar. But it's also kind of an all you can eat, grab stuff, haul on. Oh, there's the boss. Little surprise there. Yeah, so we haul stuff over, have ourselves a drink, a brew. Cheers, buddy. Let's have a good time and admire the sights here. Now, notice here, despite the lighting setup, the windows here, they just cut through the darkness here. And so you have like this nice bright contrast compared to the rest of the spots. So it's just kind of like showing a level of mastery over like the lighting control and the kind of look the designer intends the viewer to see whenever they happen to be here. Or, just for the whole immersive feeling. So here, much more intimate, darker setup. We can take a view of, again, the contrast here. But also there's a bit of they're like a bit of flaws here because we have like these Brala string lights right overhead, but they aren't providing their own light. Like what I do in the places where I have them, I'll have another light right here. So that way you have like this more even thing of like 4 lights. So that way it illuminates like the rest of everything. If they wanted to do that, cool. It's just a choice, and there's a cost to that too, because that's a crafted item, and that costs money, and no one likes spending money here. Back here in this kitchen area, I think we can open these up. Very cool. Big wines, big storages. Some of it being held by those nets. Oh, we have another person here. Oh, look at that. Okay. Looks like they're on break because they're AFK. So back here, we have this kind of stove setup. And unfortunately, there might be like this kind of bug happening here because you have like this big clip. But let's pretend that this void table is being used as a backboard for this kitchen setup. That would be cool. And it is cool. So let's just kind of let's just blame Blizz for it. That's nice and easy. As for the stove setup, a lot of things are happening here actually. So it's a very interesting set of kit bashing. We have the draconic table that's right up top, a couple weapon racks or hanging racks that are right up front here. You can see them right there that are acting as like this front area. So you can have any number of things that would be hanging off of that, and they seem to be upside down as. No, are they upside down? I think they're upside down. Yeah, because you can see where the studs and then the top shelf there. It's kind of inverted. Yeah, so interesting setup there, and it also doubles up as your sink and your grill. A second wash sink right over there. So a very I would say if you found this thing at the store, it'd be a very expensive thing. Hey, check it out, guys. We have this, we have this countertop that includes this and this and this all in one piece. Haha. Brilliant. Back here, it looks like we have this sort of like storage fridge set up, but that's been using Gilnean walls. And we have like our little tiny little mugs for handles. Very popular choice. Screams the functionality, nice and easy. All right, so we're ready to retreat back a bit. We'll head back to the main hall here, and we'll start going down this hall. Now, I like this vibe. Here, let me turn off the UI stuff and all that, the funny glows and all that. I like setups like these because, again, we have like this whole feel of like what seems like natural light coming in from the outside. We have it coming in at the same angle right over there. So so we're kind of matching that whole light beam perspective sort of thing. It'd be more if it was like those those Mechagon light beams or those big blue lights, but this works great too. But I like how it helps to provide this sort of soft illumination. Feels quite immersive as we're going through here. We can kind of like guesstimate the time of day or what have you. But also you can see how things like darken up in like those spots. So it has this creepy vibe too, because it's like it makes you feel more safe in this hallway until you go into other spots. Then it's like, oh, I don't know, man. But we're gonna keep going down this hall, and notice here again, big contrast. It's super dark in here. All we have really, I'm gonna back up against this wall here. We just have like that glow, right? Very creepy. Very creepy over in this spot. So it's a neat contrast because we were just at like the public spots where folks are like eating, dining. You have the windows coming in. It's nice and bright. Not so much here. Here we're trying to save on resources. The power bill has just been going crazy, and we definitely don't want to have our power cut off. So we're just going to turn off all the lights and electricity. We'll just use like basic fires to get us by. And that's it. All right. So under here, one bed. Who lives here? Harry Potter lives here. Poor guy. At least he gets a bed. I mean, what if it was like a sleeping bag? It could have been that. So now it's very dark. We're going through. We hit this half landing actually. So we're in this half landing in this stairwell room. Otherwise, what we're getting out of this isn't this whole kind of like ambient look. We're just kind of getting this creepy vibe. So let's go through this shroud here, and then all of a sudden, boom, big contrast. So again, huge difference. Lighting. No lighting. But that's the story they want to tell. And right now the story is we're broke. We can only light up the most essential places. And sorry to everyone else. So we're up here in this sort of like transition-y room. But it's interesting because we have like this giant door that's going to come out and like just crush everyone that's there. Sorry to the people who are in there. If anything, this kind of reminds me that, maybe we should have like thinner doors in Blizzard. That'd be cool. Not every door needs to look like this heavy vault. I mean, how do the children get through? How do they navigate through houses with these giant steel doors? Gosh, guys. Okay, so we're invited to go left, right, and center. I'm going to go this way. Let's explore. Please. Okay, so it happened to be a secret shelf in order to get to that spot. Oh, this is cool. Ooh. So we come in and we have this sort of council vibe now. Boom, boom, boom. We come up, and then we enter this sort of like conversation pit of sorts. Folks are invited. No drinks allowed in this spot, but plenty of room for a bunch of folks. Actually, I know what I would do. I would sit, right? And then my drink will be like right above me. So I'll just have it back there. Then that way I can get all wild and do whatever. And then I'm not going to like kick nothing around. So that would be my strat. sitting in this sort of spot. Love how this is all put together though. Because then we can, kind of look up at these weapon racks, as we like pan around and check out like all the cool things that have been collected, paintings that have been done. And then right above us, one giant, that's a dark iron chandelier, right? It's just like the one. Yeah. Now, I want you to notice something. Here's like a little lighting lesson because I love talking about lighting. This is the only light source. That's it. I think this provides light, but it's not very much at all, or at least it looks very unnoticeable at the moment. But just one thing alone, it is large. They embiggen this guy to be pretty intense, but it lights up the whole room, but not in a way that it's blindingly bright. So that's a very important distinction when deciding your lighting situation. Some people, they'll want to have the light just blast in the area. This chandelier, which you get at the end of Black Rock Depths, kill the Emperor dude, and then you'll just get one. Great source of light if you want to have control of your lighting, but you don't want anything that's going to be like super blinding. So it's a great thing to use if you want to just like either hide it behind something or have it being used as a centerpiece like it is here to illuminate a whole room. So you can see how effective it is at brightening up this entire space. All right, so let's retreat back out of this whole trophy and conversation room. This is definitely the kind of room that like a dad would put together, and then he's like, hey boys, let's go here and we'll talk and we'll chat and we'll have a good time. And at the same time, they're subtly showing off all their collections and stuff because they're that awesome. Oh, that's cool. They use the secret shelf to be a vertical opening. That's cute. All right, so through this other side, note the Death Knight branding over here. We go through and oh man, we're seeing all these like contrasting themes. It's like where there's light, there's light. Where there's not light, it's all gone. So we're in this Death Knight chapel. Oh, that's sick. That's cool. Now with the shaping of the room, I'm wondering. Okay, so yeah, so this is just shaped with these curtains on the side, and you can kind of, it's really hard to tell, but the way that it's kind of shaped, if you look at it, if you think about it, it's kind of shaped like a coffin, because you have that slight V shape, and then we'll see how it looks as we get closer. But that's the kind of vibe I'm getting there. That's neat. This also has now I don't know if this was the intent, but what I see here with this kind of like lit up, it's not lit up, it's just a different color tone. But this also is kind of a trick of the eyes. It's as if I'm pretending as if behind me there was a light source and it's coming down on here and it's lighting up the floor. And otherwise the floor is all the same texture except here. I don't think that's what's going on here, but it feels like a trick of the eyes, and it's just neat how it happens to do that. All right, so here at the top of the altar, Death Knighty stuff. But also I like how this comes together. So we have like void stuff here, right? But then they also took the Forsaken banner. It's a really big piece, and that's all this right here. So like all this shaping here, plus the skull, of course, is right there. So it's really looks really good. And with the lack of lighting, any sort of like weird clashing of colors or things that might look like a mismatch, we don't really see it. We can forgive all of it. So really cool setup that we have in this spot. Yeah, I dig it. And then again, you can see here in the opening, we kind of break the illusions, kind of. Now they did add a stair climb here. But yeah, otherwise, nothing there on the sides. And of course, there's the boss doing his thing. Yeah. Cool vibes. Very, very cool vibes with this room. And surprising too. Like you go through it and all of a sudden, whoop, big changes. All right, so now I think we're going through this door here. And what do we have? We have the potty. But in this place, there is no, you don't potty because they're death knights. They don't eat. Haha. So this is a placebo. that's gonna be my take, dude. Yeah. Death knights and I've learned princesses don't poop. Neither do death knights. Yeah. Death knights don't poop. But they do try to keep themselves a little bit clean. That's cool. So let's retreat downstairs because there was one of the hallway that we were passing by, and so we'll jog our way down. So go down here, and here, and here. Notice how the light returns in this the safety of this hallway. But now we're going this way, and we'll see what remains. So there is some lighting. So I think we're kind of above. We might be. I'm not entirely sure. The dark iron light might be spilling into this room here. And so that's where you're seeing some of that glow. So it's kind of a, for some of that might be a little bit weird, but oh well. And then as we enter this spot, is that the Enterprise? Did I just... Is this some Star Trek movie that I'm seeing? Hold on. Okay, so we entered a little private theater. And, dude, you can't tell me that's not Star Trek stuff. Right? Because that's totally what I'm seeing. That's dope. So this Death Knight is also a Trekkie fan. And they also have a cherry blossom tree somewhere behind us. Okay, so there's more to explore. Very interesting setup. Because we have like this very wide room, and we have like some little statues and whatnot to kind of adorn this this otherwise private setup. Now here I get the darkness because it's movie time, right? We're trying to enjoy ourselves here. There's the projector right up top there. There you go. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well done with that. Now back here, hoping it's a kind of another bathroom of sorts. Maybe? No, it is not that. What is this? In this absolute darkness. Okay, even on my screen, this is getting to be like a bit dark. But it's okay. I don't want things to change. Oh, it's an upper landing. And so with like a bit more budget, we can kind of fill this out if we wanted to have like more seating here. Cool. And then this is where some of those statues and whatnot were too. So we can kind of see like that opening behind us. But what is back here? I think this is just an alternate way down, right? Yeah, it looks like just another way down. Because otherwise we have these two doors that flank the sides. All right. And then in that corner, one of the ushers. As I'm going to say, one more usher there. All right. So what is this structure here? Is it just like a wall of sorts? It is a doormat. Ah, it is a black doormat. And then behind it, they set up just a platform, as the backboard of sorts. All right. But then through here, oh wow. So notice we're going boom, boom, boom. We go up a little bit, and we have this cool little illusion set up. Ooh, that's neat. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have jumped out there. Uh-oh. Hopefully there's like, I want to, okay, cool. So there is a little debug thing right there. Okay, back here. Cool. What do we have? We have another house on the other end. It's almost like we're spying on a neighbor of sorts. Now, it doesn't seem to be like a perspective check or anything like that, aside from this just being a facade, and we're just seeing like part of another house. But yeah, neat setup that they have there. Like from this distance, looks great. When we break it down, we can kind of see what's going on. Just platforms a number of platforms, but also they used a platform here as this sort of like connecting pillar of sorts. You know, they didn't have to do that. So they could have just kind of closed it up, but they put that in anyway. Or they could have just used another pillar or something like that. Doorway, actual door, some windows to create this sort of glow and it helps because we're still in this current lighting. And so we have this sort of like, again, this sort of like spooky vibe as to like, oh, there's like some activity going on in there. What could it be? As for back here, so here's where the cherry blossom tree was, and it helps to kind of close things off, you know, and it has this sort of like, they close this off with a sort of like cave with rocky formations. That works. So it's as if this part, you know, behind the theater, there happens to just be like this whole blowout with a cave that leads us outside. And here we go. Here's the outside. I will jump back out here just to see if there's anything else. But it appears to me at least that the intent is for the visitors to kind of like restrict themselves to that area, and because you can see back here, like there's no and you know no other bits of illusion building there. So here's the shot. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. Let me zoom out a little bit, and you can see like how the whole thing sort of breaks down is set up. Nice. Nice. All right, let's make our way back in past the theater. Now, okay, so the real nerds out there, which version might this be? Which enterprise might this be? Also, what's up to Taliesin and friends? Hey, it's Soul. We're about to wrap up, I think, our third visit of the day. And I'm trying to quiz folks and ask, which enterprise might this be? It might be the seat, like the OG one. Got it. Got it. I thought there were ones that were kind of like shaped. I guess there are ones that are shaped similarly. It's just that this one, because it has like that big old, I don't know, like I guess this shape here tells us it's like the OG one, right? The disc isn't too big, so not the D. It's the old one. Got it. Got it. So y'all are y'all are on top. Also not OG, so yeah, it's okay. Okay, so it's not the OG one. You're saying it's enterprise. I don't know. Okay, let me look this up. The B. Okay, so it looks like okay, so this one. All right. Now I wonder if we're right. It's the okay, oh no Zabric, the boss is right there. Yeah, okay, he said it's the B. There you go. There you go. All right, so let me double check if I had missed any other rooms or turns or what have you. Yeah, so there was the guards. Here is the ED spot. It's kind of funny, like this place feels like so festive and like bright and inviting compared to like the rest of the spots. I'll just say, yeah. So compared to the rest of the spots, like, oh man. But yeah, thanks for letting us visit your place, dude. Awesome, awesome stuff. Love the vibes. Love the vibes. And now let's get ready for our fourth and final one of the day. As soon as I double check the news stuff, see if there was anything. I'm quite shocked. Like, we're only like an hour in and we're almost done. Wow. Damn, that means I'm gonna actually like play the game here on stream. That's gonna be wild. All right, so yeah, no new stuff. Let's get my last thing. Oh no, my form is all messed up. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, there's two of you. Oh, snap. Okay, yeah. Death Knight. Oh, I'm sorry, Demon Hunter. Death Knight. Okay, so that's the boss. I was fooled. Wait, so, well, it's cool that people can just show up too. That's neat. I also happen to do my for the first time, and it's especially because it's this week, where you do that weekly to visit other people's places. So everyone's like posting their stuff. I actually managed to visit a few places. I just took a quick glance. And some folks they just had like nothing set up. Other folks they had like these cool little basic setups happening. Okay, basic is a bad way to say it, but uh, they had their houses set up. All right, so here we go. Hestia. So it's going to be very, very interesting later on in the distant future when visitor codes become a thing. Um, I'm I wonder how I'm going to handle that, honestly. Um, because with visitor codes, it's going to be much easier for folks to just to just provide a code and then, hey, we can go to the spot. I kind of I don't know if I want to participate in that for these kinds of visits because when you put out a visitor code, the way that they said it's going to work is when you make a visitor code, it's going to save a snapshot of your house, and it's tied directly to that code. So if I get like a code that's, I don't know, let's just say it's a week old or so, um, I'll be able to look at that version of the house while the builder, while the designer is doing their own thing and they're doing like updates or what have you. Um, I feel like it would still be easiest. And maybe the designer would be most interested, like when we do these sort of live visits or whatnot, that they won't want to give me a code, that they'll still be cool with the BattleNet handshake, so that way I can see like their latest thing. Unless they really insist, no, 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 I want you to look at this version, and then that's fine too. So maybe by default it'll be like the battle tag handshake as it has been. But if they want to just provide a code instead, that's fine too. And you know, for privacy reasons, people might be more interested in that. But I think no one, out of the people who sign up for visits and we do the whole and we add them as battle tag friends, there's a very small number of people who will manually take me off. But I mean, I definitely respect it. So, all right. I think we're about ready. Outside my house is better looking at night, but I hope you enjoy your visit. I am on this character, so do I have any inky blacks on me? Let me double check. Because I'm cool with that. I don't. Warband stuff? Guild bank? Bank? Something? Okay, I'll use I'll use this different kind of guild bank. All right, that'll do. Not perfect, but oh well. Closest we can do. Okay. I'm definitely gonna turn off inky black once I go inside because that does weird things. All right. All right, folks. This is Hestia's place. We're over at Razorwind, and by request, they wanted me to take a look at this place when it's like really dark. Best I can do was set up an inky black, and this is what we get. Very high contrast, super dark all around us, except for like these little tiny glows here and there. Like you notice those fire bottles, like they're providing a glow and everything, but that's about it. It's not really illuminating the dragon heads that are over there. And but meanwhile, the dark portal, it does produce its own very subtle bit of lighting here because you can see how the statues and the framing of the portal itself, how it is illuminated by this light source, and then it just kind of comes out on these sides here. And then the same thing goes for the privacy screens there that are being used as windows. They're bright, but they don't actually produce light. In some cases, these are bugs that Blizzard has, I think they've acknowledged, and they want to have some of these fixed, but others are intended. So they mean to have it, have this sort of vibe. But what do we have? We have like this sort of like creepy looking temple guy that we have here. I think the back of it I think it might just be a facade. Yeah, so no need to look at the back. Not important. What's important is right up here up front. Something nice and like spooky looking. Sweet. So I'm going to head inside, but first I'm going to turn off my inky blacks. I don't want to have that affect the lighting inside. And here's how it looks without anything. So we get this sort of breakdown. So with the inky black on, it almost looked like the dragon heads were like kind of floating of sorts, which is like nice and creepy. Otherwise, as for like the shaping and whatnot, we just have these not gazebos. There are upside down gazebos actually. So this one's right side up, obviously. These other ones are upside down though. So they're just acting as like these extensions to towers and whatnot. But yeah, again, you can kind of see how when it's nighttime, or if you use an effect like inky black, then you can like take all these colors and just kind of like kind of obscure them under a different light lens, and so it feels like everything like fits together even better. So let's head inside and see what we got. Woo-woo. Funny enough, personally, I'm not a fan of inky black usually because it turns everything off, and then you're left with only the natural lighting that comes in, which is cool in a sense, but not everything supports it so great. So yeah, not a big fan of it, at least not for long. Like yeah. So as soon as we go in, like I'm immediately noticing these kinds of little fireplaces that are just right off to the side, as if it's going to shock me as soon as I walk in. But as we walk in, we're sort of not portaled in, but they have this sort of makeshift door with multiple trellises, plus a mirror to bring us in here. Double shroud, very pretty. We walk through this little transparent shroud and enter this spot. Now, like a previous visit that we just did, the lighting has changed. We're using the unnatural dark setting from the look of it. And so now we're relying on like all of these subtle glows, and things pop a lot better. You can see, where is this purple color coming from? We can see the light blues coming from the filigree as well as the Arkandor over there. But here, you have this whole vibe of, again, like these deep purples and pinks and whatnot. So somewhere in there are like little light sources setting us up. And I guess I ended up going into this room first, right? Because was there a hallway set? Yeah, there's a hallway sort of setup, but well, we happen to be here. Maybe I'll retreat back. First off, though, again, big centerpiece with the Arkandor, and notice the selection of greens that are being used. Kind of like these sort of like these dull colors, these roots that are coming out. So like dead stuff is peeking out. So very intentional choice of decor there. This looks kind of odd. That looks very dark. I wasn't sure if I was able to like see what's beyond that. But as we're panning across, we can see like sort of like this. Oh wow, something feels dystopian about that particular room. We'll get to that because we're going to retreat back to the hallways and like see what else is going on. Right here, it's full of color, but very, very little light, very subtle. And there's the boss of the house, who is a great match for the rest of the house, I think. All right. But now we're going to go left. I want to see what happens to be here. And all of a sudden, boom. Like, see how like it pops. You can see like how there's like a little bit of glow here. But as we go into the next room, we see like how it was spilled over from this chandelier. I think that's not a dark iron chandelier, but it comes from that chandelier here. But those are like more or less blackout curtains. You know what I mean? That are keeping things obscured through this transition hallway. But now, as we go through here, now what are we going to see? We get, boop, ooh, arcane stuff be happening here. Magic things. You know, all the studying and experimentations and whatnots are happening in this room. Are we safe? Yes, because those curtains are going to prevent anything bad from happening. Nothing bad will leak through. Everything is fine. What's all the life that's being sucked up, it's all good. I like the effect though, because we have like the floating books and whatnot happening, but also thanks to the animation, it helps to give a bit of a story to like how these books are like flying around. Is it because of magic? Yeah, it's because of magic, but specifically it's this magic right here. So neat effect that they put together there. You know, we have a cool action shot with this sort of room. Yeah, lots of all the magic-y stuff happening here. All right, so let's retreat back. Well, did I miss anything there actually? I didn't like stop anywhere. Because otherwise, you know, we just have like a more or less easy placement of stuff. Nothing like super kit bashed, or you know, we're not trying to make any wild structures and whatnot. It's just all the magic things in that room. Let's make it happen. So we'll go back to the main room. We'll check the other side. And what do we have through this blackout? Oop, another transition. Now notice here, we have now I'm noticing that these transition rooms, they did have like a sort of theme. So back there we saw some paintings and whatnot. Here, banners, flags. So I have a feeling we're going to get like some sort of like rugged look, temple look. Something that has to do with like maybe trolls or Herondar or both. What do we get though? It's a surprise. Oh, nope. Not what I expected at all. All the Death Knight-y stuff and void things happening here. So all the lights are off. We only have like the very subtle glows from these Death Knights. I'm sorry, from these void pieces. Now we do, of course, we have this worm device. Is that what it's called? Yeah, the worm device that's giving us like that bit of a glow. That's about it though. Now I do recall people have been writing up bugs, or they've been complaining about how these void things, how they're not producing any sort of light at all. Which in a way makes sense because, I mean, they has that whole black hole kind of feel. You'd figure it's just sucking up light. But I think people were looking to have like some sort of like um, lighting effect that isn't just this textured glow. Otherwise, all we have is like that lonely candle there. 2 lonely candles, and like that's it. So if I were to turn these off, you can see like how this affects the vibe and mood. Oh boy. Now it's like super creepy. So it almost feels like, you know, we have like these 2 wings and there's like experimenty things going on in either one. So here's like the void boss. On the other side is the arcane boss. And, you know, whoever makes the coolest experiment is going to, you know, win first place at the science fair. And so now they're fighting for dominance. Okay, there we go. Got a little stuck there. So the story I'm telling is that we got 2 roommates. They both think they know better than the other. They think they're so good and so smart because they're so well versed with magic and the arcane or the void. And then they'll meet up every now and then to talk about like these sorts of experiments that they're doing and how much more awesome than they are at the other. They're rivals. It's like Bert and Ernie, but instead they're like magical adversaries or something like that. But they also have a garden. So at least there's something that unites them. Here's the other thing that unites them: food, baby. So I commented earlier saying that this has a sort of dystopian feel to it. And I'm going to stand by that. You know, we have like this low light setup. And otherwise, you know, very clean looking walls. It's like white. You have this contrasting red above. And it feels like, the person who would come out and serve this food would be like a robot or something like that. And, when people are eating, no one's having fun. Everyone's just quietly eating. And even like the sounds of utensils and whatnot, like it feels dull. Like this place just feels dead. And I'm not saying that is a bad thing. There's just kind of the sort of interpretation that I'm getting with the way like these colors are coming at me, the way that we're dealing with this low light. Like it's a place that is, you know, technically alive, but not. Yeah. So I find it interesting how this is sort of affecting me. I mean, y'all not to agree. This is just my interpretation, okay? Otherwise, we do have this otherwise well decorated room. Notice how we have like this slight curvature here, coming from these two platforms at an angle, so we can set up this whole altar for Ilaria. And I think we might have somewhat similar setups here. Okay, not so much here, so it might be that curvature there might be unintentional. It's a little hard to tell. But yeah, otherwise we have like the first family up here, as I call them. Sorry, Zalatath is in fact part of the family. So big spread though. Big spread of food. And I don't know, I can't help but see some sort of symbolism here. It's like here we have like these two mats, and then they don't Venn diagram, but they kind of come together, and then we have like this bigger piece here. I'm like super overreading into this. I know it. But I'll write it. It's all good. Oh, like the zoo scientists in Pacific Rim? Yeah, kind of like that. Like they're like rivals. They sort of hate each other, but they respect each other. You know what I mean? So what do we have back here? We got the kitchen. And in the kitchen, we have I'm gonna say we have these dead automatons that are prepping this food, and then they AI optimized to be like the most delicious thing to have on a Thursday afternoon or something like that. But what we have here, some kit bashing stuff's going on. So check out this deluxe kind of grill slash stove being set up. Dark iron fence posts are being used as the actual grills. We have some effects coming out to give you, that live cooking sort of feel to it, along with a big plant thing that's being used as a pot. We're having some spiced wine, or mulled wine. I think that's the term. Yeah, nice setup, as well as some dumplings. We also have like this larger grill setup as well. That's neat. That's actually kind of a cool effect, because you get like this whole like giant spigot. So it's like, you have your outdoor barbecue that's brought inside. It's trying to pull off that sort of vibe. I think that's cool. And of course, coffee. Gotta have coffee. It's a life. All right. So let's retreat back again. Oh, that's just kind of creepy. They're just they're just like, let's see what's he doing in there. But let's take a look. I'm not sure if I've seen everything or if there are hidden things here. Now, this happens to be an octagon room. So if there is something, it's going to be like this way. But it doesn't appear so. Oh, wait, no, never mind. I found it. All right. So through this spot, cavey things. Like notice how things tightened up real fast. Yeah, so we're only like this high. But let's continue exploring, shall we? What else have our scientists discovered? Or is this like a hidden thing that they did not mean to discover? Perhaps. So a scary portal there. Might be some secrets there. I think those are is that Niffin dirt? I think that's Niffin dirt being used. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Interesting. So let's see what happens when we walk through. Boop. Oh, a hidden vault, hidden by dirt. See, it's interesting because for those who don't know, the Niffin pile of dirt, there's no underside to it. No, it doesn't have any texture to it, so that's why it looks invisible from here. So I'll go back out. I turn around and like there it is. But then we go through. Here's the dirt, and then boop. So kind of an easy illusion that you can set up, especially with the low lighting that's otherwise outside. But now notice here how we cut through all of it. We have all these draconic sconces that are lighting up this whole space. And what are we doing? We're worshiping whoever that is. Someone cute, right? Otherwise, we have both treasury things as well as, I'm guessing, like profession stuff's happening here. Jewel crafting stuff is here. They captured Kanai's cube. So therefore our enjoyment, if we want to put something together. Imprisoned earthen, and like just other treasures. So some light clutter in this spot. Of course, centerpiece being that statuette. So we went by that spot, but through here, I can't tell if that's a wall or an acacia tree. But whatever the case, I can walk through it. Because we walk through it, and then, whoop, more cave stuff. Interesting. Now I'm going to guess this is going to be an outdoor skybox, because the outdoor skybox, it sort of like overrides the lighting effects, kind of, or like, yeah, it ignores it for the most part. So we're going through, and, you know, things are really tight as we're trying to navigate through this. We're going through all this foliage, getting stuff out of the way, getting my hair. Oh my God. And then, boom, outside. Whew. I feel like this is a big breath of fresh air after seeing most everything else in this spot. You know, we have that whole kind of like dystopian looking dining room, but here, very, very different vibe. You know, so we've come out from there. You can see kind of like that's probably the entrance. We sort of like wind through. We come out through here, out through all the foliage, and now we have like this really cool river setup. You know, so we can kind of tell ourselves like, okay, in the distance here, here's like some mountainy things happening. Water's coming down, flowing outside in that direction, off to Narnia or whatever. And what's happening here? Fishing. Yeah, so this could be another way where these two scientists or these two magic users come together. They find some common ground. You know, they love fish. You know, something like that. They sit, they vibe, they kind of like break character of sorts and just like talk up magic and science and their love for it. That's the story I'm telling. Something kind of wholesome. Bitter rivals, but, you know, they come together for their love of magic stuff. And I don't think I've seen a bedroom for these guys either. So for all I know, they sleep out here. They kind of do their thing. Or they come out here for the occasional like outdoor excursion, what have you. Now I think I can climb here. So I'm gonna go across the river. Let's kind of go up here a little bit. Play the platforming stuff. And what do we have here? Oh, just one griffin, one wyvern doing their thing. Yeah, so it could be like one person who represents the Horde, one the Alliance. So of course they're supposed to hate each other, but nah. All right, let's cross back over this bridge. Platforms and Pandaran walls are what's helping us out there. And then we'll, you know, so again, you can kind of see like how we end up going back inside. We go through here, you have this rock formation, then we shoot right, and then right here, boop, here's where we transition back to the inside. And you can see how the lighting effects, they come back into play. Now, what is this exactly? That is not a boulder. I can't tell. Yeah. Oh, it's a wall. Okay. It's an embiggened wall piece. And it happens to be like the transparent part. Cool. All right, so which way am I going again? I kind of forgot. I think I'm going this way. Yeah, because I think I went through that portal area. No, wait. Okay, I'm not sure now. Shoot. Oh, no, no, no. It is the other way. Oh, goodness. We can do this. We can do this. There we go. All right. Now we're going through the portal. Off to Narnia. Let's go. Ah, inside. Now notice how green this got. Oh, is there a third wizard magic user? Oh, because we got the yeah. There's a third one. Dun dun dun. So there's a twist. There's a third person who takes part in their own experiments. You know, we've seen Arcane, we've seen the all-consuming void, and then now we have destructive fell up in this spot. Everything fell related hangs out here, with the exception of wine, because everyone loves wine. One of again many things that unites people regardless of faction. So we have Onyxia experiments. Interesting, because we also have like these kinds of like Loa experiments, perhaps plans for Gilneas. Yeah, and all the other like more gruesome things that would come with fell related research. Hi, Mephisto. Sorry about what happened to you in the last game, but oh well. Yeah, so now we have a third person. Interesting. All right, so we've gone through each of these sides. Now, the last thing to check is to just double check a little bit more to see if there's like a secret passage on the other end of this Arkandor room. So we're crossing through, get back to this side here. There's the boss again. Hey, what's up? And then we'll see. The lighting makes it a little difficult. We just gotta kind of finagle our way a little bit, but it looks like there might be something here. So we'll go, yeah, here we go. So we go through some dirt, and all of a sudden, once again, tone shifts. Things brighten up. But what do we have? Are we going to see a fourth person? Could be. Could be. Or maybe not people. Maybe instead, we'll see the plush army do its thing. So is this the cute room? Perhaps. I mean, I'd say this is the most inviting part of the house so far, but it also happens to be behind a sort of secret shroud. So what is going on here? Let's find out. Let's explore. So we go through and we have this sort of like windy hallway. Go here, we go around. There's multiple benches for people to perhaps wait for something. But what are we waiting for? Boop. Now out here, another kind of Arkandor. This one happens to be out in the open. And now we have this sort of like a Stonehenge kind of setup here. You notice we have like these huge marble pillars set up. We have extensions that go all around. So very ritualistic spot. Out here, though, it is nighttime. And so we have like that little bit of transition. We've got this big pool setup as well. Very pretty. Really pretty setup. Yeah, now what is the story behind this? So perhaps this is just like some sort of, very much in the flavor of Nightborn sort of stuff. So perhaps the fourth person is a Nightborn person. This is where they sleep, they kind of hang, do their thing, but this is also using a Void Elf tent, so a little hard to tell. But I tell myself all sorts of wild stories. All right. Love these lampposts, by the way. They look hella good. Love the glow. They're looming. And they just look good. They just look good. All right, so we go back into the plushy room. Some plans being made here, blueprints and whatnot. One kind of suspicious looking setup here. We can sit, hang out. No food setup, but I'm pretty sure I can't go through this right here. Yeah. That's just a kind of like a wallpaper sort of setup. But then through here, boop, now we have, ooh, wow. Okay, okay. This is an interesting room. We're seeing lots of like my whole narrative is like falling apart. And we're seeing like so much different stuff now. So up here, this feels like a trophy-ish kind of room again. But it's not. It's more like a lodge. You know, something that feels inviting, a little festive. Standing room, if you want to enjoy your goulash and your tea here. So this feels like this has a coffee shop sort of vibe. But it's also extremely dark. So it's as if the place has been like sort of abandoned. But then right through here, we have this great looking diorama setup. That's how I'm looking at it. You know, you have like them little tiny Murgle houses over there. Plus treasure. Nope, this is a big aquarium. There you go. It's a big aquarium. No fish. But there's going to be fish at some point. That's neat. That's neat. And funny enough, there's like paintings down there as well. You know, some other little fixins for fish and whatnot to grow in. Places to thrive. Nice. They all die because of the budget. That'll do it. That'll do it. All right. So this stairwell room, two levels. Oh, and the lighting changed again. I think. Yeah. Yeah. Lighting did change because we'll retreat back a bit. Yeah, things are definitely brighter here. All right. So we're climbing. Boop, 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 boop. These are custom stairs we're going up. Oh, you didn't have to make it brighter. I can deal with it. I just comment on it a lot, so it's all right. But yeah, we're going up. So they added the additional landing here. Okay, one additional landing. We make our way up. Got one shroud there, but let's see what else is up here. Like the colors on this one, very subtle. You know, we have the black on this sort of like a Venthyr red. And then here. See, there are other folks. You know, we've seen the Void person, we've seen the Arcane person, we've seen the Fell person. But we're also seeing Murgles. Murgles are also playing a part in this whole thing. So that must be, so we're going to go back to that dining room. This is a very interesting collection of people who live in this spot. And they all quietly eat together. They would almost seem like miserable in their own company. Now, we entered the bedroom. At last, we enter a bedroom. So here's someone's bedroom. Whose? I don't know. Could be the boss. Could be anybody. Back here, though, what are we doing? We are, I think we're kind of watching TV, right? I feel like we're watching TV back here. We just have like this super wide screen TV, and we're about to watch Star Trek stuff. We're just watching the intro. Yeah, it's going to take a while for it to really get started. Overhead speakers, sound bar right there on the side. How's that sound bar doing it? A blacked out shelf. Although actually, which part of the shelf? Interesting. So, it's this part. Okay, so that part is just sort of sticking out, and that's how they're using like that whole straight edge. That's pretty clever. That is quite clever. Well done. So, this way through the bedroom. Where does this take us now? A bathroom. Arguably the brightest room in the house. But the lights were turned back on. That's right. I totally forgot about that. We got our shower, a big standing shower, very extensive. I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna reach the stuff back there. I just got to do like a full jump. But otherwise, you know, full shower setup, dry off. We got our full vanity. Of course, if we're also interested, we could take a nice, pleasant bath right there on the side. Very comfy. Yeah, I'm gonna guess that's TV. So like whoever's here, yeah, they're just enjoying their solitude. All right. I didn't take time to admire this whole dragon setup either, which is very cool. It almost has a clock-like feel to it. It's not, but it kind of like sets itself up like that. You know, with the awkward windows, it's bright, it's inviting, and then we have like these power source wing-looking things right on the side. I need to get those. I really need to pick those up so I can like do stupid things with the shaping and all that of that stuff. All right. So have we seen everything? Some of these rooms were pretty well hidden. I know that they were like, you know, they were straightforward, but as for like seeing them, oh man, uh, it's a little bit hard to miss, or it's a little bit easy to miss. Yeah, the wings are earned by doing all the Eversong stuff. Like I'm still missing that one. I'm also missing the giant head. No, thank you, Jimmy. Awesome, awesome place. Now again, I'll go back to this spot here. To me, this feels like one of the big takeaway rooms because it's like, okay, like all the people who live here, they'll sit in this spot, and I feel like they're all, you know, when they're all together, they're like miserable. I can't help but, you know, when the lighting was what it was, now it's not so much, but it still has like this whole, it has a very sanitized feel to it somehow. Like it'd be really cool if the whole place was like just black and white. Then it could be like this weird contrast. It would be very very creepy in its own way. Um, but this setup was really nice. Thanks for showing us your place, dude. Yay! So normally I have a fifth place, but I don't this time. Bummer. All the colors are gray and white, but the color glitch messes with it. Ah, I figure. So does it look correct on your screen, but just not on mine? Is that what's going on? Because like if I do the inspect thing, I can see. Um, yeah, so it is just a visual thing. Yeah, that's lame. And the tooltip thing kind of messes up for me too. But I think that's I might have an add-on that's like messing with stuff. So I didn't realize I can shift click to immediately track it. That's neat. So like I could take that, shift click, and then ta-da, and then I can find where to buy it or whatever. Yeah, cool. All right, I'm gonna build. Yay! I can actually build stuff. Yeah, go me. Let me get out of this guy. Let me get on the builder tune. There are times where it reverts back to original colors, but will change back when I go into edit mode. Yeah, I know. I kind of like, thanks to how I said it, I pretty much invited people to invite me over to their place. We're good right now. We're good. No offense at all. Please don't. I don't want to hurt no one's feelings on that. I didn't catch the Xbox. Oh, I didn't. Damn. Bummer. Maybe next time, like for the sake of helping identify, just put a build arrow in front of it, something like that. So what did I want to do over here? I could work on getting treats, you know, like foodstuffs. Actually, let me take a look at the kind of foodstuffs that are being offered. I'm on this guy. Okay, so this guy I can change to like whatever. I want to see what are good foods that I can put here. Food. So is the bakery. So what would I want to have in the bakery? So I got no, I'm gonna do grapes. No grapes, no fish. I think I might have to get yeah, I think I might just have to kit bash stuff together. I can do bread. Actually, bread's not bad. I got one bread. Um or mine loaf, whatever it's called. Yeah, mine loaf. But maybe I can do wine back. Oh, that's what I can do. Yeah. Okay, so first let me take the oops. Let me just kind of leave that there for now. But now I kind of want to do wine stuff. So the idea is this is like a big serving table, okay? Big serving table where people can just like pick stuff up. I might just do like wine stuff back here. Or maybe back here actually. No, not back there. I want to leave all that cosmic stuff like there and hanging out. But gotta add white wines too. That's true. Like white wine does not exist in this game from the feel of it. Okay, so I have some wine stuff. Um, the vibe of the whole wine stuff, it does sit better here though. So so maybe I can do like some small wine racks or like some storage things here for like wine. Yeah. So storage, because otherwise cooking stuff, for the most part, it's cooking that happens back here. Here it's mostly serving. You know what I mean? Like I want to kind of give that sort of thing. I need to close the back of these two. All right. Yeah, we can do that. We can do some of that. I just gotta find wine. Where does one get wine in this game? So this I can buy for whatever that currency is called. This I can get crafted. Okay, so that's a single setup. Okay, and then there's like single bottles too, right? I don't think I got any of those. Okay, that's one thing. Oh, it's a founder. Oh, okay. This is an Endeavor thing, right? Okay. So I'm going to venture out and buy a crap ton of wine. Let's go. Off to wine country. So let's hope. I mean, it's the blood up one, so that should be easy. There should be people that like accidentally maxed it out. And I don't have any add-ons for this. So shoot. I forgot what the add-on was called. Is it Van Moose's Endeavors? Okay, what's up, dude? Long time. Okay, so where were we? I was going to look at the things. The Endabuzz. Okay, so it's, oh man, anyone know off the top of their head which add-on was it that I can see the Endeavors here? Is it Plumber that does it? Do I have Plumber on? Oh, I don't even have it installed. Yeah. Oh no, I do have it installed. Okay. Yeah, I don't know which one's called. Crap. And I'm not gonna guess. The YouTube thing wasn't working? Oh, is that what it was the whole time? Damn, I didn't even notice. That's a bum diggity. Well, I feel bad. Okay, let me look at that again then. Boop, boop, boop. No, I was streaming on it yesterday. Because I'm pretty sure there were folks who were doing it, but I guess for some reason it just didn't fire off. That sucks. Yep, didn't fire off at all. Oh, that sucks. It didn't notify me. Use Vam. Yeah, so Vamoose didn't work for me though. Oh wait, I think I know what it is. I think I go to the house. Nope, that's not it. Yeah, I thought it was like this easier thing. Hmm. Because I know if I go to endeavors, I can hit this endeavor tracker thing, but I don't know how this works. Because I don't care about this stuff. I just want to find someone else's place. Hmm. There's no delay anymore, too. Twitch is yeah. I mean, that's a sucky thing though, dude. YouTube just is not great for like the delay and all that. If you're trying to do real time talk, remember the thing that we ended up having that we ended up kicking dust over because of stream delay. That because I think that was it, right? I think you said something, and then I thought you were saying something in reply to someone else, and I was like, "Yo, something like that." I'll try dump decor. Let me see if that works. Um, do I have it? Okay, I do have it. It's just off right now. If you haven't, yeah, I know one of these things does it. It just sucks that I don't know which one it is exactly. Um, oh, okay, so dump decor does it. Awesome. All right, so I am looking for artist something. Artistic, okay, there we go. Boom. Yay. Hi, Show, what's up, dude? So how many bottles of wine should I buy? I'll buy like 50. No, I'm not gonna buy 50. I'll buy like 20. Let's start with that. Oh, I'm on totally the wrong character. Oh shoot. But oh well. That's okay. Like this guy never goes out. He never really should go out. But I kind of goofed. All right, so how much is the wine? Oh, wine's cheap. Oh, hell yeah. So I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get wine glasses. So I'm gonna throw down. Let's go. Or is it community coupons? That's a good start. All right, so I said 20, right? That's gonna be 100. Is that cool though? Would I be fine with that? Do I need a hookah? No, I don't need a hookah. I think I only really care for like the wine stuff. So I'll get like yeah. So I'll get oops. Oh no. Okay. Okay, so I'll have to do it like this then. 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, I can't stand that. And then I think I said I was gonna get 10 of each of them bottles. And I'll get like I'll get 15 glasses. We'll go with that. 15, buddy. All right. Any news? No news. Yeah, as you can see, I definitely don't come out on this character. He has like no add-ons running. And I'll have to like make like wine racks of sorts. I can just use like I don't know, weapon racks or a trellis. Or elven trellis is probably a popular one. But this is mostly a rugged bar, so it's already gonna feel kind of uncharacteristic to have like these fancy schmancy wine glasses and stuff. But I kind of want to fill out that countertop with like stuff. So, oh wait, I should stay on this character. What am I doing? Yeah, because I use certain characters to do all the traveling and picking up of stuff. So. All right. Any other news things? New. What is this? This is a reminder of. Oh, okay. PR stuff. Nice. So adopt Rufus before May 12th. Oh, so that's when it ends. All right. Well, up to you guys if you want to do the whole charity thing. All right, Zabric, you take care of yourself then. Yeah, so as a reminder, the Endeavor is going to change in 4 days. So you may want to double check, make sure that you pick up the extra coupons and whatnot from the Endeavor chest over there at your neighborhood. From both neighborhoods, actually. You know, just in case. Like if both neighborhoods happen to be popping, but you just want to make sure that you get that. Mostly for the coupons. You know, the XP of course is important to you, but some people might be maxed out and all that. But 30 easy coupons, yeah, you don't want to miss out on that. That's money on the table. All right. So, I guess what I could have too, I could have like a little, like some crates here or whatnot that have like some extra wine and, you know, extra dishware, what have you. But, I did get one. So I did get one that auto pours. So I don't think I want to have that there because the whole animated thing just makes it look all weird. So I will have something that kind of like, I think that's good-ish. Because I don't want to, I want to have it sit proper. Oh, but now it's thinking like that. Okay, so that's not going to work. Okay, so I do need to just have it here on, just on one of the surfaces. Darn. Because I don't think I want to go as far as like sinking that all the way in. That would feel kind of weird. But I can get, you know, a number of glasses or whatnot. There. They decided to no longer farm layers for me. Oh, sad song, dude. All right, let's fix that a little bit. And then how do I want to do the things here too? So, oh, shoot, I forgot what the thing's called. So let me take some of that. Merp. Merp. I forgot what the wine's called. Dang it. Oh, I can, music can go back on too. All right, where was I? I'm looking at food stuffs, lighting, accents, food and drink. All right, so, oh, it's just called red. Sheesh. Oh, don't, oh, that's, there we go. So wine stuff's happening here, and I think I can replace these racks with wine stuff. So we can bring this guy down. And I need like a base for this thing. So what I'll do, I'll take both of these. Let's see how well these guys can like kiss. So kind of like that. But I want like to have a proper bottom for that thing. Wait, who? Who are you talking about? So I'll do like a double thing. Well, I just gotta get this clip right though. Alright, that seems to be alright. I still need a base for it though. Just like a nice flat... I know a wall won't work, but I need some sort of flat-ish surface. Like... Ooh, something like a table or a... So what if I tried this? I don't know how well this will work, but yeah, that's not gonna work. But like the idea is, like I will want to take like this sort of surface thing here and just kind of put it under that. But yeah, I don't know if I want to use a beam though. Beam seems kind of weird. Oh, you know, it's not like this can work. Yeah, there we go. I'll just like sink that sucker in. Have it pretend to be a base. Yeah. I don't like how it clips funny in the back, but I can't make it like, you know, I don't want to make it too big. Then I'm going to get in the way of the door almost. It doesn't seem to get in the way of the door, but... Oop. Oop. That's pretty good. I think that's all right. So, red, buddy. So then I'll just take a couple of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that works. And then I'll just kind of like... Oh wait, no, I messed up all the angles. Shucks. Okay, here's what I'll do instead. I'll lay them out straight first. I'll position them in, then I'll rotate them. I think that'd be the way I got to do it. If only the Gilnean wall had color options at the bottom of it's great for flat surfaces. I mean, I still might change the colors of some of these things. Like I'm gonna do dyeing it. I'm gonna dye stuff like last. Like once I feel like I'm mostly done with stuff, you know, then I'll mess around with like colors and things like that. So let's this case, so and hopefully the rotation will work correctly, or work the way I want it to. Put that one down there. Okay, so now can I get the rotating to work that I want it to? I just want to like, I just don't want all of the bottles to be like that aligned and all that, you know? All right. Cool. All right, wine rack. Cool. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, I can work with that. And then more wine there. Which I think I'll just leave that there. Because I don't think that I can make room here, but I don't think I need to. Upstairs I'll work on a little bit later. Here I'll have some stuff up here. Do they fit? Okay, cool, they fit. And then I'll need to like get some like mugs or what have you too. Just so we have like this upper storage looking guy here. Whoop, not that. This is also very unsafe by having these kinds of things that are like really loose up here. Whatever, safety ain't my number one. Now, one thing I don't want to do for my spot here, I don't want to have stuff out on the tables. You know, some people, they like to have the whole, oh, cool, like it's like you know, the people are here and it's active and all that. I don't really like that. The way I'm gonna come up with this is the bar just hasn't opened yet. It's just closed. I don't know if I wanted to pick it as, oh, it's not open for business yet, or if it's just closed, but one of those things. Something like that. Oof. All right. So I like that. Do I have lower shelves down here? I don't think I set up lower shelves, did I? No. I'm not going to. Or I can set up like a low platform of sorts. Kind of as like a low prep table, because like here's my character. Nah, I don't think I need one. This guy happens to be really tall though, so. But I did want to make sure that I had like the height for the most part. Like, I'm pretty anal about it. I'm like, okay, I want to make sure that the countertops here are pretty much the same height as the countertops back there, because otherwise that's weird. A bit anal, but oh well, what else? Okay, I want to work on the back of that. So, canvases. These are flipping expensive, by the way. 1,500 gold, man. Robbery. So does anyone have plans for the weekend? I'm just curious. We're now at that stage of the stream where, you know, I'm just quietly building, doing the thing. I'll invite y'all to chime in every now and then. Yeah, I gotta do all that back counter stuff. So let's start off with the one on the side there. And then I gotta do a bunch of these. So I think I need like 4. Are those ethereal cubes to act as glass? Yes, those are ethereal consortium energy crates is what I'm using there. Okay, do I need 4? I probably need 4. My weekend is mostly going to be with me and my mommy. And well, and my dad too. What a diss on my dad. Because they're going to be coming into town tomorrow evening. So that should be fun. Maybe. Oh boy, that angle's funny. And it's a little high, it looks like. Nope. It's a little off now. Shit. Oh, it's a little low. Oh. Alright, there you go. Heard Fear broke out of healer gel? No, well, sometimes. Like sometimes we'll have extra folks, so just like previous seasons, like he'll float. Yeah, because sometimes Brave Spear will show up and he'll pinch hit at times. But I think if both of them happen to be around, it's usually Fear that will switch for healing when we're, yeah, that's how it will usually be. Whoop, whoop. Oh, too far. Way too far. So this is pretty closed off, actually. Or really tight. Yeah, really tight. It's almost like doesn't leave a whole lot of room. I wonder if I messed that up. I don't think so. And then that thing back there is... What is this one back here? Oh, okay. Oh, really? So there's just like a little tiny bit of room that I left there? Oh, boy. Shit. So what did I do over here? Oh, that's just closed off. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm a goofball. Yeah, so never mind. I could actually bring that in just a smidge like that, and then I'll scooch it over. Yeah. So I kind of messed that up. So I don't need an extra thing, which is cool. Come on, Pixel. We can do it. Oh, this one's too far out, it looks like. No, I think it's a different one that's too far out. Oh, this one. Okay. And now move this one. Just wait. Which one am I trying to move in? Come on. This is mighty sensitive. All right, so this one I can slide over here, and then yeah, okay. So this makes a little bit more sense now. So there's that one. And then since that one's by itself, that one's a little bit easier to manipulate. Cool. And then, you know, I'm not happy with the beams. Beam kind of sucks, or this beam kind of sucks. Can I use something else? A table. I want the edge of like something nice. But what kind of nice? Like, is that like, that's not straight. I forgot the name of that darn table. Is it this one? I think it was this one. But no, I don't like that either. Something elven. That's not bad, but where do I get this? This is 5. Okay, I don't think that's the. I'm not sure if that's the right price, but that's a lot. Okay, what can I get away with? Just one. No, I don't. Well, okay, maybe. Nope, I don't think I can because it's gonna go on the other side. You dork ass. Okay, so that's a bust. What about this one? If I take this and I like, you know, use that, would that work for me? So let me take these things out, right? And then I'll take this guy. Nah, it's got a curve thing to it. Nah, it's poopy. You've been in healer prison? Oh, you have? Oh, that sucks, dude. Yeah, so I can do something like that, but that doesn't quite work because I got like multiple things. So I still got to deal with the whole curve business. Yeah, I don't like that. Boo. Different solution. Come on, buddy. What about... No, not the benches. Plain bench? What if I take this surface? Nah, because now there's too much curviness, and I don't think I like that. Because if I took this, I brought it down, and I bring it in like that, yeah, then we have something. But what if I flip this thing around? Nope, that's not gonna do it either. I mean, I could have like, you know, just line them up, and it'll just be like this cute little trim. But I don't think I like that. I mean, that's a lot of budget that I'm gonna be using for like just something like that. I might have to just settle for the beams. I'll at least use Belemeth beams. So, and maybe I can just make them smaller. What if I made small beams? So I have it like that size, like 50%, and then I'll work with that. So, I just want to have a little thing like that at the end. That's mostly what I want to go for. But that ain't bad. Let's try that. Let's see how that plays out. So I'll try like 6 of these, I think. It's down to 50. And then place. Yep, 6. All right. So like something like that. Oops. Over there. Like the curve here just it feels like a wrinkle, and I'm like, oh, but it's fairly clean looking. I'll see how I feel later about like if I want to tuck those beams in some, but I kind of like it. I think this works so far. Yeah. Or like, okay, let me experiment again. So I'll take the Belemeth beam again. I'll just take this, sink the sucker down a little bit, but then I'll just have like this be the whole countertop, right? I think I like that. Yeah. And then I'll take these out, right? And I'll just let it clip. So, boop, boop. You know, I kind of like that. Yeah. Cool. Changed my mind. So, little canvas things. Thank you for your service. But you're no longer needed. Good old beams, baby. So I think I need, what, 3 total? Yeah. Or I can get away with fewer, I think. I think I can, yeah. So, or well, actually, we'll see. I'll bring it in, and oh nope, I don't think it's gonna work. Okay, maybe it was a bit too much. So 200, maybe not. Yeah, but 2 is fine. 2 is good. Yeah, I'm good with that. And actually, I can take out the other. I can take out the other things too, because I could just use this instead. Yeah, so I kind of like the whole contrast of that better. Even better if I just make it if I make it the perfect size, then I can actually cover both ends. Oh, even better. I think I'm being a bit too, I'm trying to be a bit too conservative on this whole thing. I think I'm fine with beams. It's just 2 freaking beams, dude. Quit tripping. So I think I bought this to what, like $1.70 or something like that. But yeah, even that's not necessary. I just need to make sure I like just kind of close this off, and then we're good. So like even that's sticking out a bit much. Oh, this one's actually, wait, this one's tougher because it's curved. Oh shit. Okay, so back here might be a bit tougher, but maybe back here I don't need to care about so much because it's just the back. Yeah. So for now, I'll let that be messy. It's the front-facing thing that I really care about, and that looks clean. This I like. I am pleased. All right. Yeah, like yeah, Talons. What Damstraight was saying. It's the same table here that you can see, the ornate cosmic table. I just have it like kind of fused into the wall there, so you can have like that additional effect. Now, let me turn this down, see how it looks. All right, pretty bright in here though. I almost think that it might be a little too bright. Maybe I can like tone these down, but I kind of like how it ends up illuminating at the top. Because I'm cool with the illusion of, let's pretend there's overhead lighting that's up there, that's illuminating like things over there, and that's fine. But then I'll need to do something about stuff down here too. So maybe I can take bottle lamps again. And I can kind of do like the same thing where, how would I do this actually? Can I start up top here? So for example, there, and there, not there. Actually, that's good for... Oh, no. I can't actually just put something here-ish, right? I'm not going to make them that big, but I will put stuff in these areas. And I'll have them, like, just kind of, like, stick out a little bit. I'll just shoot them all the way through, and then I'll adjust once I get back down there. And see what kind of illumination this actually provides, which is not much at all. So maybe I'll Let's see how much will I... Yeah, I think that feels like a bit too much. I want it to be kind of dim, so I think $1.50 is fine. It's like doing something, but it's not taking over too hard. But maybe I can turn it down just a smidge later. How do I see progress for the drop thing? Twitch.tv/inventory will do it. Okay, so some lighting here. Keep neglecting this whole table arrangement. I don't like the stairs though. I feel like I got to do something a little better than this. Like this, I'm not too pleased with. Maybe I'll do something like not half steps, but I think I just want to have. I think I just don't want this part to be exposed. It just looks sort of jank. But let me see what I can do with this. I have very little experience with stairs. I've seen lots of stuff, right? But have I done a lot of things? Nope. So let's try this out. I'm gonna take this beam here. And what sort of angle is this really? Is it a 30-degree angle with this? No, it's not really. So I think that's kind of like something that I need to figure out. 20%? Yay! I think it was, God, who was it who was telling me a while back? It was Creator who was telling me, yo, dude, I think you made like a killer house. I'm like, oh, that's cool. But I have not looked, or I haven't tried looking around. So would it be like this that I have to do? That seems a bit thin, but that could work. And what angle is this again? 30, I think. 25. Okay, so let me try that. So I'll do like a 25-degree beam thing. Yeah, so I think that'll do. And then I'll just put it up top here first, I guess. Woohoo. Like, would that be right? Something like this? And then I'll just, like, I guess, take this and marp like that. Something like that. Just so I can try to bring it together. Yeah, that looks shitty. So I'd probably just close this off somehow. I made a massage parlor. Oh, right on. Oh, that reminds me. I need to schedule a massage for my mom for Mother's Day and her birthday. You know, she got multiple things going on with this thing. Oh, this is gonna be a challenge. Like, okay, I gotta just do one beam now for this. Oh boy. About 25, I think I said. So only one beam will need to work for this. Well, I don't think I'll be able to do that. It's not long enough. Crap. Fail. So put it down here. Okay, actually, maybe this can work. Maybe. Maybe I'll just put like a big thing like right there. Maybe. But the problem is, yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, because it's harder to get like that. I mean, for me, it's for this one, it's like the length, but it's also just messy because I'm climbing up here and I have this. I might just wall this up. That might be the solution. So let me take like some. Let me just take something like this, and I'll just be like, boom, wall, right? And like close this spot up. You know, that could be a solution too. Yeah, that might be the easier way to do it. But it's also jank. Let's play with it though. Hey, video games. We try to figure stuff out. All right, let me turn the lights back on just so I can get like some precision here. We built the backyard until like 2 days and I just gave up. What a hassle. That sucks. I mean, hey, copy paste will come at some point, and so then you can just take someone else's and reverse engineer it, make it into your own thing. Boom, own it. Ta-da! Okay, so I can, if I want to, I can shoot these things in. You know, I can move those beams in if I want to. So I have some flexibility here. I don't necessarily have to like, you know, I can bring them out if I want to. So maybe this won't be as bad. Maybe. So I'm gonna take. Maybe I'll take. Can I take 2 smaller walls? Will that do? That I think that'll do. Yeah, so then I'll take this, move that out a little bit. And then, yeah, this is narrow enough. Okay, so I can take one more, hopefully a small wall will do. Nope. Gotta be a bigger wall. Oh, actually, oh, that's kind of flush. Ooh. We might have it. All right. And then I can just use this for something. No bathroom here. No bathrooms allowed. You go outside. Let's see. So now I can kind of like, I can clean this up a bit. So like these can, so I can slightly bring, no, I don't think I want to bring that down. I think I'll just like let it cut across. Like that kind of. But I don't like how, you can see here how it kind of clips sort of funny. But for now, I'll leave it, and then I could just like, I can still use like beams to like do stuff with it. But now I can just kind of like sort of clean it up. Here, let me take this actually. I'll like, just bring the whole ass wall in. Hey! That's a solution. Quality patches have been true. Player housing equals bugs due to game for months and years. I'm not surprised. Oh, now that. Oh, wait. Was that always clipping like that? Can I fix that somehow? Like, can I bring that? Can I bring this platform in a little bit? Just a smidge. Boop. Like that. Actually, maybe a little bit more. Boop. That works. That might work. I don't like the angle anymore now. So let's try like that. Yeah, that'll do. Cool. And then this is, I don't like how the pillar kind of tightens that up, but I don't think there's much of a choice. So I go up, I go here. Yeah. Close this up a little bit too, if I can find the arrow. Boop, boop. All right. And then I'm up here. And I have this annoying pillar. Can I just like ramp like that? Then will that be okay? That might be okay. Like I can make it sort of like a part of this spot here, just like ramp. Or I can just make it a whole pillar. You know, as in use like the whole thing. Yeah, I could just do this too. Beep, 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 beep. Go out. That be okay? Oh yeah, that actually works out. God, I'm so good. Okay, yeah, so people can do like a little like booth sort of thing there too. So here's like a doubly sort of thing people can have. And then we'll have like one thing over there. Actually, let's have a threefer right there. Or should it be like that? Ah, well, whatever people like. It's their seating. They can always like adjust stuff. Now I want some sort of like carpety thing up here. I want to get rid of that clip. Like the progress, I actually haven't done much since last week. The only things I've messed with are like, you know, what I'm doing here and then like that bar area. So thank you though, appreciate it. Yeah, compliments. I feed off of that. All right, so what sort of rug can hang out here? Too bad there's not like a big angled sort of thing we can set up, but let's see. Accents, floors. I was using something like this to kind of like to act as sort of a skin. You can kind of see what I'm doing there. That might work. How many of these do I have? Oh, not enough. I have. Really, I don't have. I don't have any more of these. So if I can take this here, let me try playing with it. So if I take this and I move it around, you can see how I can like boom and then boom sort of, but I don't think that's gonna work so great. I mean, maybe I'll just do like plain rugs out here, or I'll just like have something here in the middle that comes out. I don't know. Leather rugs always work. Just take a bunch of these and just kind of lay them around. That might not be a bad idea. So, a stitched leather rug. I'll just take this. Bring that thing over. Just kind of bring that out there. And then like just do more. And one more again. In this cafe, you sit on the damn floor, okay? So, all right. The long Cinderella rugs. So, like, oh, I had one out here somewhere. I kind of want to lean leather. I'm leaning rugged for a lot of this build. So I thought of that. And so I wanted to have this sort of contrast where you have like kind of like cleaner stuff here, but then most everywhere else. Oh, okay, there's one of the rugs. But that's the runner. That's a different one. I wanted to have, you know, like I said, like rugged dominant is the aim there. Do I want to have more spotlights? I don't think I do. And then that thing is just showing. Yeah. Poor banner. Let me just have this thing hang somewhere cool. Actually, let me get more banners. Let's just have some. Let's just add some splashes and color and whatnot to some of these areas here. Not that big, but. Something like that is cool. And then we'll do like some other draping things here. Not that. Maybe something else. Something a little smaller, yeah. But also, the branding's got a face. Oh, that thing comes out so hard. Okay, dude. Evan Blade Banner, well, like you're out of control, man. Like that's a bit much. Okay, so maybe not that one. We'll have like something else. Okay, so I want to utilize these pillars though. Like there's you know, there's additional cool things we can put here. If I have banners or flags or whatever. Can I say flag or what does it fall under? Accents, wall hangings. There we go. So wall hangings. Okay, I do not have nearly as many banners and tapestries as I thought. I thought I had more. I guess I gotta go like buy some or something. Yeah, I wanted to have like a, you know, a nice assortment of different things that are being represented and just kind of like plastered all over. Whoop. That's giga big. Holy cow. Yeah, it's hella big. Sheesh. And then up top here, where's that carrying thing that I had? There we go. Oh, Aspirant's Ringed Banner. Okay, so where can I put this guy? Where can I drop this thing? It's a little large. So I think what I'll do here, I'll plop that up there for now. I got like 3 of them. So I kind of want to do a... So I'll take 50, 30, 20. Let's try 50. So I have this kind of like linked together a bit here, but yeah, it's a bit small. I don't know if I like this. It's the other way. It's the wrong way. I think it's supposed to be the other way around actually. Whoops. Oh boy, that's gonna be a pain to move around. So I think it's supposed to be like this. Actually. Yeah, that seems better. But I don't know how we feel about this. I'll leave that there though. Maybe we'll see like how that goes. Or maybe actually, oh, you know, I have a better spot. I think here is fine. So I gotta turn this thing around though. All right. Small it up some. Then just put it here, right? And then now I have like these sides that I can work with. If I can rotate it properly. There we go. So, you know, have one thing there, and then if I can, have one thing there and one thing there. But then I think now it's too big. They're not going to be the same size, and that's going to tilt me. Yeah, so let me try it though. I remember I was excited when I crafted these, and I sold a good chunk of these too. Like it went for like decent gold when housing first came out, but then now it's like okay, not so much. Yeah, I think I want to try and like link these together. I might need to go as far as like putting out like studs or whatnots so it looks convincing. But something like this feels, you know, a little tough to get like just right. So I want to like I said, I want to link these together a little bit, sort of like that. So this needs to be a little bigger too. That way, when I bring it over to the other side again, then it will appear to make sense. Yay! And one more here. That's the right way, right? $50, $60 maybe. Oh, it's twisted the other way again. You son of a bitch. Every time, buddy. Every time. Yay, pretty. All right. Take that thing out. Don't need that. All right, that works for me. That works. Let's bring the lights down again. I'm cool with something like this. So this way I can have some side lighting here. I'll have like a sconce or two. Do I have a sconce or two? So I'll have like smaller sconces or whatnots here on like some of the sides. Or at least maybe on this side, because we have the overhead lighting there, so I think I'd want to leave this alone, or otherwise I'll make it like a little bit bigger. Just a little bit. So maybe from $1.50 to $1.60 would be good. But I might need to just hide one light up here too, just so I can illuminate like these sides here. And then this. Do I want to? I'll need to figure out if I want to do anything with that at all or not. But I like this so far. I definitely want some sort of overhead lighting here. Maybe I'll use a beam to act as like a track light or something, and like, you know, that'll do. Just get in there, dude. Don't be afraid. It's just wood. It's just wood, Demon Hunter. We're fine. All right. And I definitely want to work on on this part. I want to make this kind of gaudy and be like, oh my god, you know. I want to make this whole street thing feel really excessive. Just like, what the fuck? Why, dude? Why? All right. So 5 minutes passed. All right. So I'm gonna head out. Let me find you a place. Let me find a place to raid because I didn't do anything over the past couple of days. So I'll do one. Yeah, it could be a storage spot. I could just put crates there and like done, you know? So it could be that easy if I wanted to. Copy paste decor is great, but what if you don't have the resource or the right decor to make it similar? Yeah, they'll have to figure it out. So we'll see what they decide to do with that. Yeah, I know you're not, no. So what I'm gonna do, like, I'm gonna forward you over to someone else's stream, basically. Yeah. So for like, especially for those people who lurk, it helps them to keep getting time towards their drops. So that's how we try to help people out with that. As for who to go to, I'm kind of low on people. People have been streaming too much. Everyone's like been streaming for a while. Yeah, there's no one. Crap. You know, no, never mind. There's a Kraken Lassie. Cool, I'll forget. Alrighty, buddies. So I wish y'all well. You guys have a fantastic weekend. I'll see you guys for the next thing, and until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, stay breezy. Bye-bye.